Mwah. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Hi, happy Tuesday. A good morning, a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. No matter what time it may be, I hope that you're having a wonderful start to your week so far. Hello, yeah. Mwah. Oh, mwah. Oh, mwah. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Wait, let me go ahead and post that tweet now. Or I'll post it when I start. Yeah. Okay, alright. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? I hope you guys had a nice weekend. AKA Monday, I guess, for the day since I last saw you. If I saw you on Sunday. Hi, Dart. Oh, hi, Savvy. Welcome on in. Hello to those watching on the YouTube side, to those watching on the Twitch side, and to those watching on the Twitter side. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. I hope you all are having a nice week so far. Hi, Oni. Hi, Fabri. Fabri Sosa. Welcome on in. Nice to see you. Chubby Bunny. Did you guys ever do the Chubby Bunny challenge? Back in the day, that was like really popular, along with like some other YouTube challenges, you know? So yeah, I'm just like, dang. We did Chubby Bunny once on stream. We did it one time on stream, but yeah, that was like the one and only time I've ever done Chubby Bunny. yeah, it was like a... So if you don't know what the challenge was, what you did was you had to grab marshmallows and you would stuff them into your cheeks of your mouth. And you have to say Chubby Bunny for every marshmallow you put into your mouth. And then the challenge was usually between like... I mean, it could be by yourself, or if it was with another person, you have to see how many people are able to, you know, stuff a set amount or, you know, just like a limited amount of marshmallows into their mouth and be able to say Chubby Bunny. It's hard. It's really hard, especially if you're using like the regular size marshmallows. It's hard to say Chubby Bunny while you have marshmallows in your mouth. But yeah, it was kind of nasty though, because marshmallows melt, right? And so after like 10 or 5 even, it starts to get really hard because you have to keep the marshmallows in your mouth, right? And so yeah, it's really oopy gooby if you have marshmallows in your mouth for that long. It was hard. It was hard. I can't remember how much I was able to fit, but yeah. It was a while ago that we did that. Hi, Val. Hi, Winborn. Yeah, if you don't like marshmallows, you definitely would not like doing that challenge, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to be able to say Chubby Bunny like audibly without being like that doesn't count, you know. You have to actually like do it, you know. Let me see. Let me actually... Yeah, people are streaming like that in the YouTube side, so we can go ahead and like bonk them. That's what I've been doing. I was like locked in last stream, just like bonking everybody that didn't follow the rules, because they're quite young, I realized, on the YouTube side sometimes, and so I just kind of bonk them when I see them. Hi, Rooster! Welcome on in! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hi. Hey, welcome. Yeah. Hi, Ruben. Hello. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I can't remember how many marshmallows I stuffed. Wait! Thank you so much, Xenoblade.
What if I just so happen to donate $2?
You get my appreciation and you get a little heart from me for the super. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Xenoblade. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Chris. Welcome on in. Hello there. Welcome, welcome. Okay, okie dokie. Let me pull this up here just so I can moderate. I have my Chrome up. Hopefully it doesn't start lagging my stream. But it should be okay. I just need to have it up so I can mod on the YouTube side. Okay, alright. Also, we usually keep things such as politics out of my stream as per rules. So that is one of the rules. Awesome sauce? Awesome sauce. Yes, awesome sauce. Indeed. But yeah, I had a pretty nice Monday. It was like one of like a chill but also busy Monday. Yeah. How about you guys? You guys have a nice Monday? Also, that is another chat rule. Please, if you guys are not familiar with chat rules, we do put them in the description. But another one is to not mention your age. Age is something that is meant to be private, and so yeah, please do not mention your age as well. Hello, hi Squid Eater, welcome in. Mario voice. Oh my gosh, I still can't stop thinking about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I really liked it. It was nice. Hi Saint, hi Nimby, welcome on in. Konbawa. But yeah, I feel like hi Saint, oops, hi Nimby. I unmuted double Vera. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. It's like some people like it, some people don't like it, and so I am on the side of I do like it. But I'm a little biased though, because I do like Rosalina, and so as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like it, you know, already. I mean, I like the first one a lot too, but yeah, I liked it a little bit more because it had Rosalina. Oh yeah, I won't say anything about it. Don't worry. I usually when I watch stuff early on, I do my best to not spoil, so don't worry, no spoilers from me. Oh, no worries, it's fine. Yeah, just a heads up, right? It's always good to check the rules of the chat before you hop on in. Hi Ray, welcome on in. How you doing today? Hello. But yeah, we have a lot of exciting things happening this week. I didn't have time to, well, I didn't have time, but I made my schedule, but I haven't publicly posted it yet, and so I'll post that schedule after the stream. But yeah, today we're gonna be playing a game that I got a key for actually, and I'm really excited because this game is actually a game that I played the prequel for like a while ago, and so I'm really excited to play the sequel, you could say, for this game. So I hope you guys look forward to it. But yeah, it's a really comfy, cozy item search game. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but yeah, it's just a nice, cozy hidden object game where you can explore and look for items, and it'll be fun because you guys can help me explore and look for items together. Hi Sakura, nice to see you. Hi Vanillum. Hello there. Hi Mr. Moby. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome. Hello there. Let me see. Hola, hi Dark. Welcome on into you as well. Hello there. Silent Hill? No, not Silent Hill. Silent Hill is very different. Silent Hill is completely different. I haven't played a Silent Hill game actually. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to try it out one day. Like I tried out Resident Evil recently, right? And so yeah, I kind of want to try out Silent Hill one day. Oh, no Marble Wobbles today. In the future, I'll play Marvel Rivals again. But yeah, no Marvel Rivals today. Hi, Steezy. Welcome on in. Thank you for lurking. I love your calming atmosphere and the way you talk tickles my brain. I'll be there, sure to return for more. Thank you, Steezy. I appreciate that. I'm curious. Is it like ASMR tingles? Because I know people talk about like ASMR tingles. And for me, I don't get ASMR tingles. But I do like ASMR. So I'm curious. I'm like, oh. But yeah, no Rivals today, but Rivals another day in the future. Yes. Onion Hasayao. Probably The Last of Us Part 2. I haven't played The Last of Us either, but I have seen The Last of Us, so I have seen it, yes. Your voice is very relaxing. Oh, really? Thank you, Squid. Thank you. I try. I don't know. I just like to. I've always been a chill streamer. Unless I'm playing games like horror games or games where I get competitive, then I'm not as chill. But for the most part, yeah, I feel like I've always been like a comfy gamer type of gal. Fun fact, actually, before I began streaming, I was definitely like, I don't know, it was good. It's a weird mix. Like I was competitive, but I also was more of like a comfy gamer. Like I played a lot of fighting sims. I played Pokemon, right? I played Stardew Valley. At least like that was the games that I was playing at the time. And then I played like some competitive ones here and there. Like I used to play CSGO. I would play WoW. I played Terra online. I played Blade and Soul, Black Desert online. So Yeah, it was like a weird mix. But yeah, I feel like for streams though, when I first began streaming, it was definitely more of like comfy, chill vibes. And then as time went on, you know, I played more horror games. I think the first time I played a horror game, it was because of a challenge or something. And then I was like, oh, you know what? It's really fun to play horror games, aside from just watching them. Because I used to just watch. I'm a huge scaredy cat. And so I wouldn't really play scary games, but it was really fun to watch. And then it was nice. It was nice to play as well as watch at the same time. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, your mother. Yes, Animal Crossing. I used to stream a ton of Animal Crossing. Can I order a cheeseburger? I think you're at the wrong place. No cheeseburgers here. Yeah. Xenoblade is on my list of games I want to play as well. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry. Hi, Bio. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing today, Bio? Not ASMR tingles, but just the way you talk makes my brain have brainwaves. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's interesting to know. Thank you for explaining. Have you played Resident Evil? No, the only Resident Evil that I've played and finished recently was actually Resident Evil 2. I didn't think I'd finish it. But yeah, we finished that on Sunday. So starting this Sunday, I will be playing Claire's route instead. Yeah, so Claire, I'll be doing this Sunday. And then after Claire, we'll hop into like the next Resident Evil game. Yeah. Borderlands? I played Borderlands before. I haven't played the new one. But yeah, I used to play Borderlands back in the day. Thank you so much for the hearts on the YouTube side. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Xenoblade mentioned. Yeah, we're talking about that on the YouTube side. Love Xenoblade. Still gotta play Xenosaga and Xenogears to see how they tie into the universe though. Oh, yeah. I've seen the trailers for them, but yeah, I never got into them. Hi, Shelty. Konnichiwa. Konbanwa. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the streak. Thank you. Arigato. Not gonna lie, when I read the stream title Cozy Search and Explore, I thought Elveira was referring to GeoGuessr. I played GeoGuessr before, but I suck. Like I'm really bad at geography. And so yeah, I suck at GeoGuessr. But it's really fun though. I used to play it for like part of my dailies and stuff, right? Like when we used to do more dailies on stream. But yeah, I suck at GeoGuessr. Batman, I've never played a Batman game. That's more of like my brother's alley right there. He enjoys more Batman games. At least growing up, he used to play more Batman games. Back in my day, I used to play Animal Crossing like that. Oh, which one? Which one did you used to play, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I played New Horizons. That was the one that I streamed. And then what did I play as well? I don't have the older games, but I have played them thanks to some friends. But yeah, I played the older ones, but not in its entirety. I don't know, maybe this is unk, but I like playing games on like the console, you know? And so that's why I'm really hoping that they'll port, you know, like City Folk, right? And Wild World onto the Switch, because I would love to play it on stream with y'all too, and like have it on my handheld console. But yeah, I don't have the older games for the consoles. I want to play New Leaf. Oh wait, no, I did play New Leaf. I loved New Leaf. I played the heck out of New Leaf. New Leaf was like my first Animal Crossing game, and I still think it's the best. In my personal opinion, I think it's the best, and I really wish that New Horizons had lived up to New Leaf. But it's okay, you know, they're different games, different consoles, and so I was disappointed at first, but now I'm like, yeah, it's okay. They're each their own games, you know? What do you prefer, chicken or meat? You mean like chicken or beef? I prefer... I don't know. I like both chicken and beef a lot for like different reasons. But if I had to choose, I'd probably choose like chicken. I play what I play on. Exactly, yeah. I play on the consoles that I have, but I didn't take my DS with me, so I currently only have my Switch. Hi, Sully. Welcome in. Hi, Dave. Nice to see you. Welcome to you as well. Hello there. I remember Let's Go to the City having some questionable design choices, though. What's Let's Go to the City? What's that one? Is it Animal Crossing? Hi, Admiral. Welcome. Can someone make GeoGuessr games or video game worlds? I'd be better at that kind of geography. Oh, City Folk. Oh, yeah. I I don't know. I think City Folk, it's very nostalgic the way that it looks. Like, I didn't play it, but it's really nostalgic. Oh, it's the EU name. Oh, I love translations. I love when they have translations for names of games because it's so goofy sometimes how different they are from different places around the world. Magic the Gathering and Warhammer. Oh, I haven't played those. Oh no, you're fine. That's okay. Yeah. Vanilla. No worries. You're fine. I feel like I did the exact same thing. Sometimes I think of like meat and I think of like beef, right? But then sometimes I don't know why. It's like chicken and meat. You like separate it. You're fine. Hi, Sunny Beans. Welcome on in. You like carrots? I don't like carrots. I'm neutral towards them. So it's not that I hate them. I'm neutral. I'm neutral towards carrots. Hi, Beyond. I am back. Yes, I am back. Hi, Wilson. Welcome on in. How you doing today? But yes, I have returned for another week of games together. Tadaima! Some of the EU/PAL version games for older games are weird. What is PAL? What's that? PAL? I've heard of EU, but not PAL. Hey, who did that? Arisu! I saw that. Hi, thank you so much. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Eat your carrots, rabbit. I eat them. I had carrots last night, actually. I had some stir fry, with some carrots. No. So the item that you saw is on the Twitch side. So if you're watching on the Twitch side, there's lots of channel point redeems. And one of the channel point redeems is you can throw an item at me. And so... yeah, one of my lovely chat members threw an item at me. Hi, hello. Is it Agathina? Ohayou gozaimasu. It's the TV standard for some regions of the world. Oh. I want that NASA badge. Wait, there's a NASA badge? Hi, Cian. Wait. What is that NASA badge for? Did they have like a live stream on Twitch yesterday for NASA? Is that why? Yeah, I see it, but I don't know what it's for. Oh, there was a live stream. Oh, snap. Okay. Dang, I didn't know you were into space like that, Cian. But that's really cool. We did go to the moon. Well, I mean, I saw that. Yeah, like I saw that online, right? But I didn't know that they streamed on Twitch. Like, I didn't know there's a whole thing where they're like, you too can get a NASA badge if you watch on Twitch, you know? It's kind of crazy to think about it. NASA streams on Twitch. I only see that stuff like on the news or online, you know? Those pictures are cool though. Those pictures of the moon were really pretty. I was like, whoa, so pretty. Basically, EU had a different TV standard, which displayed games at 50 Hz compared to US versions having 60 Hz, which is why all PAL version games play ever so slightly slower. I see. Would you prefer Poppy Playtime or FNAF? I like FNAF, if that's what you meant. I haven't played Poppy Playtime yet, so I can't give a proper comparison, I feel like. Yeah. I've made to forget to... Oh no! You forgot to buy butter for your sandwich? I never heard of someone, comparing not having butter in their sandwich, like eating sandwich without with pickles, but hopefully you can get your butter in the future. I don't put butter in my sandwich. Usually it's like mayonnaise that I would put on my sandwiches. For now, that was my childhood. I grew up on that. I see, Sabrina. Let me see. They must be burning through agency budgets so they can stream the video and audio feed from the shuttle. I mean, they got a lot of money, And so I'm just saying, for something as big as that, I'm like, why not, right? Why not stream it for these special occasions? Hi, Jay. Welcome in. Bald. Oh, nice try. Bald is only on the Twitch side as well. I still listen to the themes. Like, my entire playlist is FNAF. It's crazy when I think about it. FNAF is actually old. Like, I don't know. I know Poppy Playtime is like the new FNAF, but God, when I think about like the first release for FNAF, it is old, guys. It was over a decade ago, 2014. That's crazy to think about. We're old, guys. Excuse me, we're old. You use butter on your sandwiches? I think the only times that I use butter on sandwiches is if it's like toasted. But yeah, I think like a lot of American sandwiches, you put like mayonnaise on like the square toast bread, and then you like put like a meat, and then you put a lettuce, and then you put like tomato on it. Some people put pickles on it, and then you eat it cold. You know what I mean? And so I feel like it's like a very American sandwich. But if it's not like an American sandwich and it's toasted, usually you put butter onto it, you know? I use butter on sandwiches because I don't like mayo. Yeah. I know my mom used to do that too. My mom used to do, she used to do the I can't believe it's not butter because it's supposed to be healthier than butter. And so, yeah, in our family, it was like a thing. I don't know why Mom Beer was like so adamant about it, but she was like, butter's unhealthy for you. And so we would always try to find like alternatives for butter. But butter's good, you know, and I feel like butter, as long as it's in moderation, it should be fine. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, mayo on bread, I feel like it's very American. I'm not gonna lie, I had a phase. You know how I talked about I was really into ranch? I was super into like mayonnaise when I was a kid. I don't know why, but I thought mayonnaise tasted so good. I was just like, this stuff is good. Like, you know how they used to like, so in our school, we used to have like little packets of mayonnaise. I used to like take like 2 every time that I would eat lunch because I loved mayonnaise. Like, it was just, I don't know, something, I think it's because of like the vinegar taste to it. I'm a really big fan of vinegar. And so it was like the vinegar taste to the mayonnaise I really liked on my sandwiches. And so I would take like 2 every time. Yeah. It was like not for the packet ones. Let me see. But yeah, I'm sorry to say, I'm a vinegar and chips type of gal. So if people ask me like what kind of chips do you like, I like salt and vinegar. I like all dressed. If it has vinegar in it, I'm like, oh yeah, give me that. So maybe that's why I like mayonnaise so much, is because of that like vinegar taste to it. Yeah, I love salt and vinegar, you know? People are like, how can you eat that? It like cuts up your tongue. I'm like, yeah, cut up my tongue. I'm kidding. But, you know, I was like, that's kind of good. It's really tasty. Let me see mayonnaise packets. But also at the same time, I'm also that girly that likes really sour candy. And so I would eat a ton of like sour candy as a kid too. Like Sour Patch Kids, right? And I would eat to the point. Like, I remember there was a point in middle school where I ate so much sour candy that my tongue started bleeding, and I didn't realize it until I was like, why does this candy taste like iron? And then I was like, oh, I'm bleeding from the citric acid. Oopsies. And so I stopped. But yeah, I was really into like sour stuff as a kid. Super into sour stuff. Like even Warheads. I would eat like Warheads too as a kid. Oh, I can't. Oh, I found it. I found the mayonnaise packets that we used to have. Oh, yeah. This was like the good stuff. Oh, yes. I was going to say I'm not surprised since you like sour candy. Yeah. I not as much nowadays. Like, I'm getting old. I'm at the point where I'm like, I can't have too much candy anymore because it's too sweet. It hurts my teeth. I'm like, oh, God. The first signs of getting old. But yeah, I used to eat a ton back in the day. Why is it transparent? But here, these were like the mayonnaise packets that we used to have in school. And so every time we had something with sandwiches, or we like had something, you know, like fries, I would use mayonnaise to dip it because it was just so good. Yeah, just a little chemical burn, you know, just a little bit. They had them all the time in those sandwich lunch bags. Yeah, exactly, right? It was like silver. I don't know what about it, but it was really satisfying to like squeeze mayonnaise out of the silver mayonnaise packets. Did you create your avatar? No, I commissioned an artist to draw, and then I hired a rigger to rig my model. So yes, it is a custom model. Huggy Wuggy. We are not putting water. Okay, I've never heard of putting water onto a sandwich. That's gonna disintegrate the bread. It's gonna be like soggy bread. I hated soggy bread. That was like the #1 ick that I had with sandwiches, is if they got soggy. And so for the longest time, I hated tomatoes on sandwiches because, you know, it's like for tomato on sandwiches, you have to eat that like right away. If you're gonna pack a sandwich, you need to like pack the tomatoes separately, because if you don't separate them, it's going to get soggy because of the water releasing from the tomato. And so I used to hate that when I was a kid, because you know, my mom was very kind to pack my lunch for me, right? But I was just like, oh, it's all like, you know, like soggy, you know, for the bread. And so that after telling my mom that, my mom was like, okay, we'll separate it. Because my mom, you know, she didn't know a lot of like American food. And so it was like experimental stuff that she would do. And my mom was really sweet, you know. I'd be like, Mom, I want an American sandwich. And she would try to make it, right? And I'll tell her like, Mom, make it soggy. And then she'd be like, okay, I'll do this instead. And then it worked. So you gotta separate, guys. You gotta separate your vegetables if they get soggy with your sandwiches. To be fair, I only buy the Heinz ketchup. Yeah. The Heinz ketchup. I think that's the same brand as this mayonnaise right here. I think that's the Heinz mayonnaise as well. Heinz is very popular brand. So usually that's like the go-to condiment brand whenever we see them. Oh, yeah. This is Heinz. It's the Heinz mayonnaise. Yeah. Runaway princess, drink tea, help people in the kingdom. Princess Peach? How did you find out? I'm just kidding. I'm not Princess Peach, okay? I wasn't discovered by toads at a very young age, okay? All right. I'm not. Okay, I'm not Princess Peach. Is it Hidden Around the World you're gonna play? Yes. Hidden Around the World is the game that I'm going to be playing here in a bit. Yes, that is correct. Hi, Con. What's up, bro? What's up? Hi, George. Nice to see you. Hello, Dark. Hi, Mina. Welcome on in as well. Hello. Hi, Orange Soda. Oh, why you boop me? Why you boop? Does this mean you also like Heinz ketchup chips? I don't think it's Heinz specifically, but yeah, I have the Trader Joe's ketchup chips. That's the most recent one that I bought because I was like, I'm in the mood for like ketchup chips. But yeah, I like ketchup chips. I like all dressed chips. I like salt and vinegar chips. Yeah, I like really vinegary flavors. Yeah. Hi, Cloudy. Welcome on in. Hello. Gotta probably make your avatar in real life. I've got enough materials for it. I've got the right things I need. If you do, I would love to see a picture of it. Yeah, I've seen this like person on Twitter. They make standees, like a really big version of standees of people. And so I'm really curious as to what that would be like if there's like an 8-foot tall standee of me. Do you know which certain character got a new version in Fire Emblem Heroes? Dimitri! Wait. Fire Emblem Heroes. Dimitri. Recent skin. Let me see. Which one? There's a lot of them that I don't recognize, actually. You guys did this one where he's like, he has like his hip on his, or his hand on his hip, and he's kind of assassin. Is that one? There's a lot, actually, that I don't recognize. I haven't seen Fire Emblem Hero skins in a long time. Oh my god. Dimitri, the man that you are. Oh my goodness. When did this come out? This came out in December. Wait, it's kind of late, but... Oh my god. Dimitri. Look. I don't know if this one's a new one, but I just saw this one and I'm like, oh my god, Dimitri. He's so pretty. He's so pretty in this art style right here. Oh my god. Look. Oh my god, look at him. Dimitri, is that you? Hello. Here, I'll show you guys on the vertical side too. Oh my god, Dimitri's so pretty. He's so handsome. I love Dimitri. No one can beat Dimitri. Not Dainsleif, not Japard. Only Dimitri. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've like... But when you said there's a new skin, I didn't expect them to be kids, okay? I don't care if they're kids. I don't want the version of them as kids. That's weird. I don't care about that, okay? The one that Bio's talking about is of Edelgard and Dimitri as like kids. Yeah, I'm okay without that version. You know, that I'm okay without that, you know? You want to see? It's when he had that, like, ugly haircut. And then for some reason, Edelgard is, like, brunette, you know? You're trolling. You're trolling. You're trolling Maya with this. You're trolling. See, I don't care about that. I don't want that. He has the the Lord Farquaad hairstyle, you know? He's like, may I have some more? May I have some more? Oh god. Yeah, I'm okay without that version. I'd rather go with this. Or even just like, even when he's like pre-time skip, I'm okay with pre-time skip Dimitri as well. Pre-time skip Dimitri and then time skip Dimitri, I'm just like, oh my god, yes. Oh my god, his injured sprite. Oh my god, Dimitri. Okay, I'm calm. I'm okay. I'm calm. Let's stop. Yeah, when I shrimp for a fictional character, I like shrimp full mode. Like, I used to be that kid where I'll get like super obsessed with characters to the point where I would just like, my recreational time would be spent looking at fan art the entire day, you know? And then what I would do is I would save fan art of the character that I liked in a folder and then never go back to it. And so, yeah, I used to just like save a ton of art of like characters that I liked back in like middle school. And then I stopped that come high school time, right? But yeah, that's why I had like I had my Tumblr actually. Like my Tumblr, I first got into making a Tumblr because I was like, wait, I can just repost a bunch of edits that people make of characters that I like onto like a Tumblr, right? And so that's why I had a Tumblr specifically for like Mystic Messenger. I had a Tumblr specifically for Avatar. I had a Tumblr for like other stuff too, like anime, right? And then instead of saving all the pictures, I would just repost the pictures onto my blog and then have it all there in one spot without it taking up like a ton of space on my computer. And so I think I had like 7 Tumblrs that I made for the different fandoms that I was into. Yeah, it was a really nice, fun time of like self-expression because they were private. Like I think I only had 2 Tumblrs that were public. And then the other ones were like private just because I was like, yeah, I don't think people care about these. So I'm just going to make them for myself. Yes, of course I have. Yeah, I love Fate. I love the Fate series. Hi, Day. Yeah, I mean, that's all I did. You know, like I was at home all throughout middle school because my parents were overprotective. And so I never really did anything outside of the house. I would just go to school. I'd come back. I would, you know, watch cartoons or anime. And then I would go on my Tumblr and just like talk to people online instead. I was talking to people online since I was in middle school. Just a fair warning, I feel like the current story arc may be the last of the game. Everything feels so finale-y. Maybe worth hopping back on there. Really? You think they're gonna discontinue Fire Emblem Heroes? I haven't hopped back on for like 5 years. And so I've tried. Like, it's one of those gacha games where like I try to go back on, but I'll play for like a day and then I'll stop. Because it's like, for me, once I burn out of a game, it's very hard for me to come back to it, type of thing. Hi, Nishimura. Hello. 7 Deadly Sins, but anime. My favorite character was the anime. Oh, it's from the anime Metis. I haven't seen 7 Deadly Sins. When are you going back to those games? I have thought about going back to it, but the thing is, I get really hyper fixated on Fire Emblem games. And so if I'm playing Fire Emblem, that's all you're gonna see me play. Because when I first played Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I played like day and night. Like I would literally wake up, I would play, I would watch Twirly stream and play, I would eat food, go back to play, I would play before I go to sleep, I sleep, wake up, play again, and like rinse and repeat. Because I get really, really into it. Because with Fire Emblem, you know, there's romance that you're trying to do. There's also characters you're trying to build. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a good feeling. Like back in the day when I used to have more time, that was like a really good feeling when you get so like hyper fixated on a game that's all you do. You like eat, sleep, and breathe the game. Nowadays, you know, as an adult, it's not as easy to do that anymore because you don't have as much time, right? But Yeah, back in the day, I was like, when I found a game that I liked that I could just play all day, every day, that was like the best feeling ever. Especially during summer break, because once again, I didn't have the, pleasure of being able to go out with friends because my parents are very overprotective. And so all I could do was stay at home the entire day. And so before I discovered games, I would just watch cartoons all day, And then I discovered games and I was like, oh yes, this is amazing. Hi, Jackson. Yeah, eat, sleep, game. Exactly. So, yeah, Gamer Vera stemmed from sheltered Vera, which was stuck at home all day. And the only person that she could really talk to was Bro Vera. And so I think that's why my brother and I are so close to each other. Like, people always tell me, they're like, I'm really surprised at how close you and your brother are. I think it's because my brother and I, we pretty much were like the only people that we could talk to, because our parents were so overprotective. And so we would always talk to each other about games that we played or anime that we watched together. We're just like, oh my god, yeah, let's catch up over dinner and stuff. But yeah, it's really nice though. It's really nice when you get super into like a game. I think that's why with like Marvel Rivals, right? It's a nice feeling because I get to be competitive, but it's also, it like itches that part of the brain that wants to have something that is really like hyper fixated on. Hi, Shuta! I'm from Japan, but I live in the Philippines right now. Oh, that's awesome! That's really cool. You can speak 3 languages. Hi, Saul Martin. Welcome on in. Hello there. With how strong the units are nowadays, you can pretty much breeze through every chapter in Paralog in 2 to 3 days at most, so don't worry about spending too much time there. But that's the thing, though. It's not even like spending time. It's more so just like even like the effort of playing the game, It's like I was really into it before, but even like Mystic Messenger, I'm just like I don't have enough, like I'm so burnt out of the games that I can't even open up the app. And so that's how my brain works. It's like if I get really addicted to something, I will play the heck out of it, but then once I'm burnt out, I don't touch it. And so it's really hard for me to go back. She's never coming back. Don't worry. I do want to finish up Fire Emblem Engage, and then I also want to check out the new Fire Emblem game too. So we'll play Fire Emblem soon. Goo Goo Gaga. Thank you so much for the follow. And Izumi, thank you so much for the follow as well. I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you. Exactly. That's why with Genshin, right? I tried really, really hard to be able to, like come back to it because I want to, right? But the thing is, it's just I'm so burnt out of it, and so yeah. I do want to play. I want to play Fire Emblem Shadows. I want to play Fire Emblem Fates. I want to play Fire Emblem Conquest. I want to play a lot of them, So it's not something out of my gameplay or out of my choices of games. It's just when, because there are so many games that I want to play. Like I want to play Yakuza. I want to play the 99 game. I want to play 100 Line as well. I want to play Xenoblade, Chrono Trigger. There's so many series I want to play, and so it's just a matter of when. Thank you, George. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the hearts as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. Not gonna lie, there was an Otome game that announced their EOS beginning of March, and I ugly cried because it was a game that brought me so much comfort when I wasn't feeling the best. No! I'm so sorry to hear that, ma'am. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's really sad, right? It's like you play these games and you never think that the day will come when they, stop their support. And then you're just like, what? But the good thing is, as long as you keep the app, right, you can still play offline, right? And you can still boot it up. And so I remember that's what I used to do with some older games as well that also got discontinued. And so hopefully maybe you can just play on like the off. There's no offline either! Man! Dang, it must be really hard nowadays to keep it up. They deleted and yeeted everything. Oh my god. That's really sad. If the version has offline versions, which barely do nowadays, dang. Hi Tims, welcome in. How'd you get the cute avatar? You have to commission someone, or you can buy it. You can buy a model off of websites. But yeah, Sorry, ma'am. 7 years, it wasn't doing well. Dang. Yeah, it's really sad. It's so sad because you get the feeling of grief, right? Like, I remember I felt that too with other apps that had to go down. I was like, dang, the memories. And so I'm glad that a lot of Otome games right nowadays are being ported onto Steam and stuff. Unfortunately, it's not as easy for mobile games to do that, but I'm glad though that they do have a lot of Otome games on Steam. Because I remember back in the day, it was really hard to play Otome games in general, right? Or like visual novels, because it was very much like only in Japan type of thing. And then if you wanted like a English translation, you'd have to get like a really weird download from a fan-made translation. And so it is crazy. It is crazy how times have changed. Truly. Me too, right? I really wanted a PSP for those games as well back in the day. And so I'm like, dang, what a time to be alive. No longer do you need like a PSP, or do you need like a weird fishy download to be able to play Otome games and visual novels in English or just like in your language, right? But yeah. Crazy. Like when you think about just like how much has changed, it's really wild to think about just gaming in general, how much has changed. Out of the 20 games I experienced the EOS of, only 5 of them got an offline or archive version. Out of those 5, only 1 is a fully fledged playable offline game, while the other 4 are just watching cutscenes and watching character models. No! Yeah, I feel like Animal Crossing, right? Pocket Camp, I'm very surprised that they had the offline version. Because I'm not gonna lie, I thought Pocket Camp was gonna be one of those games where they just kind of fully stopped support. And so the fact that they actually made an offline version that you could buy, and then they still had like updates that released throughout the year, I was like, dang, that's really cool. That's really nice that they actually, you know, have that. I feel like Messenger is like that. No updates or support, but still online and running. Right? Honestly, I'm surprised as well that Mystic Messenger is still up too. They have like events here and there, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised that it's survived for as long as it has. And that's crazy because it's really cool to see how much Charits, you know, is so supportive of, you know, giving what the fans want. Yeah, the fan base is huge. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the confetti as well on the YouTube side. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Zubu. Oh, you're in Korea. Nice. But yeah, we're gonna hop into the game now. It's been about an hour of me chatting, and I think it's a good time to hop in. But we can still chat. As I search for stuff, because it's pretty much just me like searching for items, and it's very comfy, very cozy, and it's a perfect game if you want to like do something on the side as well. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna chat together as I game. But yeah, let me hop on over into... We'll do this scene for today. Let's do into the full game scene. Yeah. But yeah, I played some Grand Theft Auto last night too. I just went on because I wanted to, you know, just get a little bit of money in game. So I did some postal runs, and then I filled up the gas for Dave at his gas station a little bit. And I ended up being called in by Philonese, aka Derpy. He called Minnie personally to go fix car for him, and thanks to him, actually, Minnie now has like the money for her minivan. So next time we hop into Lodestar, I'm gonna purchase my minivan, and you guys will get to see me customize it. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Minivan will finally get her minivan. Yeah, yippee. Okay, all right. Let me pull up the game right now. Give me 1 second. I have it on Steam, but yeah, if you guys don't remember, here, let me pull the picture up as I start the game up. But yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this. You probably will once you see the art of it. But I played the first game called Hidden in My Paradise, and that was a really, really cute game. And we played it on my Switch, actually. And so they came out with, like, I guess you could say a sequel or just like a follow-up game called Hidden Around the World. And it's super cute, super cute. And we were very lucky to receive a key, and so we're gonna play it today on stream. But yeah, like I said, it's a hidden object game where you look for objects, sort of like I Spy, if you're familiar with like I Spy and stuff. and you get to explore cities in this version since it's called Hidden Around the World. So we're gonna play that game today. It is booting up right now. Alright, let me pull it up. But yeah, this game is available on Steam. It's available on the Switch. And it just released yesterday. And as of right now, there is a deal. And so if you end up being like, oh, you know, I kind of want to play the game myself. There is a deal for, I think, 15% off for the launch week. So yeah, if you want to get it, it is available. But yeah, we're going to play it together today. But yeah, once again, a huge thank you to the CEO as well as Ogre Pixel for the key. I really appreciate the key. They're very sweet. Oh, hold on. Let me pause the music real quick. Wait. Settings. Alright, there we go. Volume down. Pause my game music. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I love item hunt games too. But yeah, the CEO reached out to me and they said that they saw me play their first game, right? And so they wanted to offer me the key to play the new game. And I was like, heck yeah, I would love to play the sequel. We had so much fun with it. And so I thought you guys would really enjoy this one too. And so yeah, we're playing this today. Can we change the title to Hidden Around the World, please, mods? If you guys are able to, please and thank you. But it's really pretty. And if you guys did not know, a little fun fact about the game is that they're actually hand-drawn. The cities are hand-drawn for the ones that you're going to see today. And so we love supporting artists. Okay. All right, there we go. I pulled it up on the vertical side as well. Okay. Okie dokie. And then let me go ahead and post the tweet that we're playing right now too. Okay. All right. There we go. Make sure that is correct. Yes. I know, right? It looks so cute. That's what I'm saying. For me, I'm always looking for games, right, that I think you guys would enjoy or you guys would enjoy watching me play. And so I feel like for this one, just like last time, it's going to be a very comfy game where we can just talk together, where we can look for items together, because I'm very much someone that is... I feel like I look over objects really easily. And so I'm going to need you guys to help me, okay? But yeah, it's very comfy, very cozy. Music's great. And then the art style is just really pretty. I love that it's hand-drawn. I'm a sucker for games that are hand-drawn. And then, just like last time too, they do have a sandbox version. And so if you guys just want to, you know, build, you get to build as well instead of doing the hidden object looking. Hi, Derpy! Welcome on in! How you doing today? Welcome. Wait, your mama is a nice lady? You bet she is. Yeah, you bet she is, Derpy. I hope that you weren't thinking about saying something else instead, you know? But hi, Derpy. Can we get a shout out for Derpy, please? Derpy is a wonderful friend. All right, I know I said it. Oh, disgusting. But yeah, Derpy's really cool. He's been streaming his POV of Villainies if you guys want to check out some GTA roleplay. Hi, Holly. Hi, Allie. Hi. Hello there. Welcome on in. But yeah, I'm talking to 3 different chats at once. Yeah, this game is called Hidden Around the World, Wilson. It's a hidden item game where we can look for items together. But yeah, if you're not familiar with these type of games, don't worry. It's really easy to pick up. So let's check it out together. But yeah, once again, a big thank you to the CEO as well as to Ogre Pixel for the key for today. But let's hop into it, shall we? But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out together. Alright, okay, so we'll start with this one here. So as you can see, this is level 1. There's 18 hidden objects. Okay, so they're keeping pretty much the same format as before. There's hidden objects, but there's also hidden snaps. So you have to take pictures of certain objects. And then there's also hidden fairies as well. So there's different objectives, as you can see. But the main one that you want to do is the hidden objects one. And I think these ones are optional if you want to not be able to do these right away. But for me, I'm a completionist, and so I like to do all of them. My mom used to love playing these games. She sent it over to her. Yeah, like I mentioned, it's on Steam and on the Switch. So you can definitely play on both. Don't call Twitch chat losers. We can all, you know, be chat together. I love Twitch chat. I love YouTube chat. You know, we don't pick favorites here, okay? We don't pick favorites. Oh my god, look at Patty. Paris, cute. Wow. To start your training, help the tiny friends find the hidden objects and recreate the snaps. These are the objects we need to find. Okay, so the objects are down here, as you can see. And then to interact with the button, to interact with the object, press left mouse button when the pointer is over. Use the WASD to move the camera. Finally, to zoom in or out, press QE keys. Okay. Wait, oh my god, you can move the water too. Oh my god, terraforming? You can terraform in this version? Wait, that's so cool actually. Okay, alright. Okay, make sure the volume is good, by the way. Setting. How's volume, by the way? Is volume okay, guys? Hopefully it's a good volume, not too soft, not too loud. I think there we go for the volume. And then, the great thing about this game too is that they have like a nighttime mode and a daytime mode. So that if you want it to be like a little less bright, you can make it, you know, a bit lighter on your eyes. And so this is night mode. This is like sunset mode. And then this is day mode. And so I think for me, I think we'll have it at like sunset. So you can see the light from the lamps and stuff. Super cute. Hi, Roldrin. Okay, alright. So, let me see. Oh, here, you know what? Let me change my chat up because I have it currently set where my chat's in the corner, but so that we can see the objectives and stuff, I'll make it into this chat instead. So that way you can still see chat, but you can also see me as well and see the objectives easier. Okay, there we go. Alright. Yay! But see, right here, this is daytime, sunset, and then night mode. Oh my god, they got like little lightning bugs for the nighttime one. Cute. Yes, sunset is aesthetic. This game is called Hidden Around the World. It just came out yesterday. Alright, so we need to look for a crate, a pigeon, a lollipop, 7 bushes, 2 paintings, 2 dogs, a bunny, a lamp, like a perfume bottle, it looks like. A pocket watch. No, that's a perfume bottle. 2 heart buckets. A cat. Oh my god, is that supposed to be like Tiger Balm? And then crane. Ice cream. A radio. And then parasols. Okay, alright. Yeah, this search game is the one that I saw recently being advertised for the release. And then... like I said, I got the key, and so we're playing it today, and we get to check out together. Okay, there's a parasol right there. Yep. Oh, let me turn the sound effects down just a smidge. Okay. So we got the parasol, and then let me see. Hi, Vess. Just trying to. Popping to say hi. Oh my god, you're Senna! Oh my god, wait. I hope you get enough to get the minivan you want at Lodestar. Vess, it's so nice to meet you. Oh my god, please go check out Senna if you guys have not already. I love Senna so much. And I feel like Minnie has like a hard time expressing it because she's supposed to be very flat, like monotone character. But I love Senna so much. Thank you so much for being so kind to Minnie and for helping her out with getting commissions and for always saying hi to her. I'm super shy, and so it's really sweet to have someone like Senna, you know, be Minnie's friend. Thank you so much, Senna. I hope you're able to get the customizations. I don't know if Nina was able to hop on last night, but yeah, I hope that you're able to get the customizations for your car. I do not stream, but thank you. No, yeah. I'll still shout you out. You know, I have friendos that don't stream either, but I'm still gonna shout you out. But thank you so much, Bess. I'm really glad that we got to meet through Lodestar. But yeah, don't worry. As soon as I get my car, I'm gonna go to Cinna and be like, can I get my customization, please? I love Cinna. Cinna is like one of the best mechanics, and she's amazing at what she does. Thank you, Cinna. Thank you. Oh, it's okay, Silva. Yeah, Lone Star. Yeah, that server is full of people that are streamers, but it's also full of people that don't stream either, which is really cool. Thank you for popping in, Vaz. It's nice to meet you officially. Yes, that one I played as well, Orange Soda. I played that a while ago. I did like the demo of it for like demo data days. Alright. We got a goat here. We have Keiki. We have a dog. Let's see. Watch me push into another coworker because I want them to get the commission. No, Sina, let me pay you back. Let me get you back for helping out. I remember you said that in game, but I want you to get money too, you know, so that you can also get your cars and your upgrades. Okay, a ferret. Ice cream was one of the objects. I do remember that. Okay. Hi, Clippy. Welcome in. Yeah, I love all the games that have the hidden item search format. Oh, there you go. There's the heart canister. But yeah, like I said, I'm a sucker though. I'm a sucker for games that have the hand-drawn aspect to it, you know, because I love artists. And this is hand-drawn. This city you see right here is hand-drawn. Did you know you can move objects? You can move an object, select it, hold it, and move. Yeah, that's the cool thing too with this game is that if you have trouble looking for something, you can literally pick up this tree and be like, get out of my way. And so I remember when we played Hidden in My Paradise, I like moved all the trees because I was like, I need to get a better look. Yeah, I grew up on the I Spy books. I remember whenever I went to the library as a kid, I would always check out I Spy books. And then I'd bring it home to my brother so that my brother and I could look for it together, you know? So I Spy was definitely part of my childhood, hence why I'm a huge fan of hidden object games nowadays like this. Oh yeah, Highlight. I used to have Highlight too. Like we would get the Highlight magazines delivered to us every month, and I would always spend like my Sundays, you know, looking for the items and the objects in the Highlight books. That was definitely me as a kid. Where's Waldo? I played Where's Waldo too. I was into Where's Waldo. I was a huge fan of Where's Waldo as a kid as well. Okay, I'm looking. If you guys see something, don't be afraid to let me know. Like, oh my god, look guys, a glizzy. Where's Wally? Wait, really? In England, they called it Where's Wally? Oh god, look, there's a second canister. Okay, we found both heart canisters. Wait, I think that's like a snap. Oh, wait, let me look at the snaps. Okay, so for the snaps, in case you guys are not familiar with this aspect, so as you can see, it says, these are the snaps to recreate. Select each snap to see it better. And so for this game, it adds an extra element where if you want to get bonus points, you can recreate a picture. So for this one, as it says, this is the cute comfy snap. To complete your training, you have to recreate it. Find and place the objects as shown in the snap. And so I need to recreate this picture of the Eiffel Tower with a dog, some lamps, and some planters. And so Eiffel Tower is right here. And then what I do for these snaps is usually I'll save it for the end because I'll grab the object, put it in open space, and then just take pictures there. And so yeah, that's what I will do. Are the audience mostly female? No, so according to my YouTube demographic, it's mostly males. My audience is like, I think 80% male, 20% female, which is actually higher than usual because I feel like for a lot of my friends that are also girlies, they mention how it's like majority male and then it's like barely, you know, female. But yeah, I'm very lucky to have a community that has a nice mixture of male and females. But for YouTube side, it's majority male. And then on Twitch, I think from the Twitch demographics, it's like 70-30, 70% male, 30% female from the last time I checked. It's been a while since I've checked. But yeah, majority of my audiences are male audience members, which is fine. You know, I'm okay with that. We welcome everybody into my community, so I am a-okay. You know, if it's more gals or more guys, it is nice. It's nice to have a mix. Have you seen the video about the guy who made the I Spy sets? No! Wait, those are real sets? I thought they were just like digitally made. I didn't know they were real. Okay, guys. You have to help me find 7 white flower bushes, 2 paintings, 2 dogs. We have a lamp. We have a crate. What was that? A poop? A little poop? A little poop plushie? I feel like from chatters, it's a pretty even mix. The thing is, right, you're thinking about chatters. For my community, a majority of my community is actually lurkers, right? And so for people that chat, it is a good mixture. But in regards to like my audience as a whole, the majority of my lurkers, right? Yeah, they're talking about that as well. So that makes sense. I'm part of the lurker demographic whenever they talk about lurkers. I'm more of a lurker than I am a chatter for a lot of streams. So, yeah. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. He made them with real items and photographed them. Really? Wait, that's so cool. I want to watch a documentary about that. I love stuff like that. I love the music, by the way. I love the music choices that they did for this game. So cute. Look at the dog. What the dog do? How can I pet that dog? Oh, painting! 1 painting right there. Okay. Hi, Holy. Thank you for lurking. Thank you. Yeah, I always say, right? I appreciate everybody here, whether you're a lurker, whether you're a chatter. I appreciate everybody for, you know, your support no matter what. So thank you guys. Thank you for lurking and for chatting. Wee wee, I am in Patty. It's like that scene from, you know, This Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, where London and Maddie switch spots, and then Maddie becomes like the London Tipton in the parody episode, right? And she's like, little old me, back from Petty. That was a crazy episode. I was like, Sharpay? Sharpay, is that you? Sharpay is just Maddie. If Maddie was, you know, London Tipton. I don't know what the style of music is called, but I've heard it Professor Lee into, and I love it. Yeah. This is definitely like music that you would hear that is very, you know, French inspired, I would say, based off the instruments, right? Has the accordion. Yeah, very French Parisian music, exactly. Yeah, Professor Layton mentioned. Oh, there's the other painting. Okay, both paintings have been found. Okay, so I'm still looking for the bushes. I'm looking for the lollipop. I'm looking for the pigeon. The dog, the lamp. Yeah, if you guys see any of these objects, feel free to speak up and be like, Elf, it's right there. Hi, Dinah. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? Nice to see you. Did you make the anime art? No, my model is commissioned. Digital me, back from Petty. Yeah, the accordion. Oh, I think accordions are so cool. There was a part of my life where I was like, I kind of want to learn how to play the accordion, you know? Is that the pigeon? Oh my god, I was so blind. The pigeon's like right there. Okay, I got the pigeon. Okay. You on your own. I'm just as blind. Oh my goodness! Wait, right there. That's the CEO, I believe, right? Hi, Nerder, she wrote. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the code. I really appreciate it, by the way. I'm having so much fun already. I love it. It feels like, you know, just like hidden in my paradise, but more. And so thank you so much. Thank you so much for the code once again. It's been so much fun playing already and just being able to chat with people and the music. Chef's kiss. But thank you so much for this really, really comfy, beautiful game. Thank you, Nerder. Wait, can we get some love? Can we get some hearts in the chat, please, for Nerder? Hi, you're welcome. I know the music is so good. It's amazing. I can't wait. Like, I'm already excited to check out the other cities and see what it sounds like. You're so welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying. Your community is so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, my community, they were absolutely in love with the first one when we played a while back. And so I was really happy. I was so excited to see your email. I was like, oh, heck yeah. You know, but I had to be like professional in the email. But inside, I was like, oh my God, I love this game. Sometimes with like professional emails like that, I'm like, do I stay professional or do I like let the person know like how excited I am, you know, to play their game? Yeah, I was like, yes, 100% yes. Because once again, I love games that are like comfy cozy, and I love being able to, you know, just chat with my community as we play games together. And so these type of games are perfect. They're perfect for, you know, playing as you're like watching a show, playing by itself. You want to focus on the game. It's perfect if you're talking with a friend. You can play with a friend too, right? And so I love these games because once again, they just feel really fitting for communities like mine, where you can just like chat and play and, you know, look for items together. It's just me. You don't have to be professional. Unless you want to. Okay. In the future, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. I can't get over it. Like, as I'm looking at the objects and the city, like for Paris itself, I'm like, dang, I can't believe this was hand-drawn. It's like, is this Where's Waldo? That it's kind of similar. Yeah, we were talking about how like if you're into games like Where's Waldo or I Spy, you'll like games like this. Thank you so much for the follow, Nerder. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, all right, we're looking for a lollipop. We're looking for a crate. We're looking for some more roses. Looking for a lamp and a few other objects. I can't believe I haven't found this cat. Are you guys a more like zoomed out person to look for objects, or do you zoom in? Because I feel like for me, I used to do this as like a kid too. And you know, you're like, how do you zoom in? How do you zoom in on an I Spy book? Well, I used to like, I would look super close at the book to try to like zoom in, right? The physical manual zoom in is I would just look at it with my face. I found the cat right there. Okay, the cat's in the house right there. Okay. But yeah, I would lock in. Like highlights or I Spy or Where's Waldo, I would like lock in. And then it was really fun too, because games like these, right? It's like there's no dialogue really. And so with games like these, they're really nice as well to do with friends that might not know how to speak a specific language. Like my mom, you know, my mom, she doesn't speak English, right? And so when we were little, it was really sad because Mom Beer, she would want to get involved with us with stuff that we did. But with books, it's really hard because it was mainly in English. Found the perfume, by the way. And so I remember playing games like, or reading books like I Spy or Where's Waldo. And it was perfect because, you know, you don't need to know English to look for objects. And so I feel like games like these, my mom would really enjoy too, because once again, you don't need to know English or even like any language to play these games. It's really nice to play with people. Yeah, exactly. So it's really nostalgic for me because my mom, you know, she would lock in with Brovir and I. We would lock in just as much with each other to look for the objects together. And so it's a really nice memory from my childhood. That's so cute. Yeah, it was really nice. It was a really good core memory, you know, because once again, or if it wasn't like I Spy games, it would be like board games, you know. And so that's why I'm also a huge fan of board games, because Mom Vera would actually be able to play those with us without having to understand, you know, things in English. And so I'm all about games that you can do, you know, that are more inclusive. I know, right? The tea box is so cute. I like looking at I just like looking at the objects. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even if it's not the item, I'm just like, ooh, look at the lawnmower. I'm a sucker for food in games. And so the cake, I'm like, give me that. I want to eat that. Okay, we got a sandwich. We have is that a donut? It's like a bundt cake. Hi, Ryan. Welcome in. Hello there. I put a couple of vids in the media channel. Thanks, Orange Soda. Yeah, if you have time today, I would 100% be down. Oh wait, that's the watch. Oh, that was sneaky. I thought that was like a donut or like a bundt cake. Oh, I knew it. I was like, why does that look like one of the objects? I see. But yeah, I'll definitely check out the vids later, or the VODs later if we have time. Since you can move items, I wonder how many people use their game to get... Yeah, so like I mentioned, there's a sandbox version of the game. And so if you just want to decorate, you get to unlock items. And when you unlock items, you get to decorate with them in sandbox mode. And then I think you can also see other people's builds as well, if I remember correctly from the first game. So yeah, if you have the decorating itch, you can play the game for decorating as well, not just for the item search. But I think with the last game, it was like the incentive was like if you look for items and you finish each map, you get currency to be able to gacha for items that you can decorate with. And so, you guys bet I'll be doing that today if we see the gacha aspect to it. Yeah, it's really nice that they made it Mac OS compatible. Yep. Once again, it's on the Switch, it's on the Mac, it's on the Steam if you guys want to play. And there's a sale for opening week. Alright, we got the lamp. Yeah, don't worry, I'll show the gacha aspect. It's really fun. I remember I tried to unlock like a specific animal pattern when we played the first one. I was like, give me this bunny! I want this bunny right here! You had me there? Yeah! I was gonna wait to do it, but since we're talking about it now, might as well talk about it now. Yeah, there's like a little decorating aspect to it. That's why this game, it like scratches all of the itches that I have when it comes to comfy games. Oh, cute! Look at the teacup! Oh my god, I love the teacup! Cute! Alright guys, we gotta lock in. We have the ointment, we have the 2 radios, and then we also have which looks like another perfume, and then 2 brown dogs. We also need a few more bushes, the lollipop, and a crate. That's a big bulb. Yeah, that's a... Wait. Was that one of the birds? It looks familiar. I don't think so. Wait. Okay. Nobody better ask what a VHS tape is. I'm curious. Who in chat knows what a VHS tape is? Press 1 in chat if you know what it is. Type 2 in chat if you don't know what it is. I'm really curious because every year, you know, we get newer people that are a bit younger, and so I'm like, who knows? 1, okay, Cian, I know you're trolling. 2, 3, okay, all right. We got some funny guys in the chat, huh? With their 3, 1. Okay. Yeah, I feel like a majority of people know what a VHS tape is. Because even if it is a bit older, it's not that old. I feel like that you wouldn't know about it. Like I remember when I used to teach kids, they knew about it too, even if they didn't really watch it themselves. They would hear about it, right, from their parents, and so it's not that old. I feel like, you know, sometimes, and I'm guilty of it too, we tend to like age ourselves up a lot more than we are. What do you mean? I'm older than the internet. You don't know that. I could just be familiar with it because of my parents, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be as old as, like, you know, the internet to know about it. Like, there are people that know about it. Like, I had this student of mine that was a huge Beatles fan, you know? And it's thanks to his parents that he's so into the Beatles, right? And so, yeah, you don't have to be a certain age to like something. 21. 420? Okay, bio. Oh, so I asked people in chat, like, if you know what a VHS is, type 1. If you don't know what a VHS tape is, type 2. Yeah, I have the very first ever Pokemon episode on VHS. Same with like a lot of other movies. A lot of them I actually have on VHS because my dad, he got a bunch of VHS tapes from this like yard sale that people were doing. Oh no, it was a flea market. And at that flea market, someone sold like a huge box of VHS tapes because they mentioned how their kid had like graduated And so they don't really watch those type of movies anymore. And so, yeah, I got a bunch of Disney movies that I watched as a kid, thanks to my dad finding those tapes at a yard sale or flea market. But yeah, if it wasn't for my dad finding those VHS tapes, I don't think I would have as much knowledge about like old school cartoons or movies as I do nowadays. But yeah, Disney movies. Like, I remember I watched like, you know, Beauty and the Beast. I watched Lion King. I watched Fantasia, you know, on VHS. And it was thanks to my dad. Alright guys, I'm looking. Oh wait, can I... Since you can see here, does that mean it's like hidden behind buildings as well? Oh, it does! Okay. I know it's not the most aesthetic. I didn't realize that there's like objects down below behind the buildings too. Oh, okay. Alright. Is there anything here? Nothing here. Okay. Put it back! Oh, wait! There it is! Oh, there's one of the radios! Okay. Oh, okay. So I think this one, yeah. Because I think with the first one, you didn't really have to move objects to look for stuff. But for this one, it kind of does have them a little bit more hidden. Just like ever so slightly that you have to like move the buildings. Which I'm okay with. Although I want to keep them in their nice cute little spots though. The design for the placement of the buildings is so nice as well. I don't want to mess it up. Did you have like big floppy ones or like the small tiny ones? Because I knew the smaller floppies but saw the big ones here and there. Oh, I mean for the floppy disk? We had like the square ones. I don't know if that's like bigger or smaller, but we had those ones. What is that? Soup? Good soup? We have some soup. Okay, I'm gonna start moving the buildings, okay? We're gonna lock in. We're gonna clear out the buildings that I've already looked at to like help me organize what I've seen. That's so cool, by the way, that you can use the river sound to like terraform. That's really cool. Alright, I'm inspecting. Okay, I'm looking. It's so cute! The little mannequins. It reminds me of Howl's Moving Castle with Sophie when she used to be in her hat shop and she has like those mannequins. Cute. What a cute. I think the 3-inch ones were the ones that we mostly had. Granted, mostly because the old tech because of exploring my father's office. Oh, I see. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the older stuff I learned about too is from my dad. Okay. I'm clearing out some buildings right here. Okay, we got some shoes. We got a saxophone. Alright, I'll move this building. We've looked at it. Okay. Alright. And then this building. Do we look at everything in this building right here? I think so. Okay, I think this one's cute. I love the hanging flower plants. God, I'm a sucker for hanging flower pots. Okay. We got a barrel here. We have camera, a coffee pot. Cute. The other one! Oh no, that was the first one. That was the first one. And then this one is just a building too, right? Okay, building goes here. Okay. And then over here, let me see. But yeah, I feel like even like CDs, you know, like with CDs as well. My dad collected like a ton of CDs too. But even nowadays, like I feel like maybe like the older thing that people collect with music is records, like vinyl records. But even vinyl records are still really popular, right? So yeah, I feel like it's not that outdated for a lot of stuff. Hi Ollie, welcome on in. How are you doing today? Welcome. Move this out of the way. Okay. I am zooming on radiator. Oh, I like the little bench on top. Cute. Okay. Alright. No bushes. Move this building out of the way. Do you guys sell CDs, by the way? I have my old CDs. Like, I talked about it, right? I have, like, my old Jonas Brothers CD from when I was younger. But that's at like the family home. I actually don't even know where I put it because I think I have it, but it's not in my room. And so I probably gave it to like my parents to put somewhere. And my dad, he has like a whole collection of CDs. So it's probably like downstairs somewhere in the basement. But I know some people that still actively go out of their way to look for CDs and vinyl records and all that jazz. So even if it's older, I think they're timeless. You know, there's something where it's timeless. The difficult part is that it's not the collecting part, right? The difficult part, I think, is more so just like finding something that can make it play. Like, for example, we have so many VHS tapes. Like my dad, he has a ton of VHS tapes that, you know, he recorded for when we were younger, right? For our childhood. And we still keep them. But in terms of like the VHS players, we no longer have a TV that has a VHS player that works. We no longer have a VHS player in general that works with a TV. And so, yeah, I think it's like the thing that you're trying to use it with, that's the hard part. Is that all the bushes? No, we have 3 more bushes to look for. Okay. I think so. I think my dad had a CD cassette collection, but I don't know if he kept it or not. Yeah, my dad had a cassette too, a cassette player. I had like before I had like an iPod Nano, I had the portable CD player. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was pretty cool. And I think it's still cool. Like you see a lot of people use it nowadays for their Y2K type of aesthetic, right? They're like, Y2K CD player. Or like, I saw people talking about how it's like old school in the sense of like using a, whatchamacallit, using a wired earbuds. I was like, what? Has it been that long that people are calling wired earbuds like old school? Because, you know, the portable earbuds are like the new thing nowadays. I found one of the doggies. Cute. Don't say that, Ray. Don't say that. It's just crazy. Because, like, you know, so I've gotten comments. Like, I prefer the wired earbuds. Okay, call me old, but I kind of get tired of charging my earbuds. You know, like, I remember when I first heard about how they're no longer giving out, like, wired earbuds and they're giving AirPods instead. Elveira came out and was like, gosh darn it, these earbuds that are portable, we gotta charge them like every hour or so. I just want something I can listen to the entire night without having to recharge it. And so, yeah, I was really adverse, you know, to portable earbuds. But nowadays, I have like a set of AirPods that I have along with my wired earbuds. And so for things like flights, you know, I prefer to have my own earbuds. And so I'll use wired earbuds. But in some other cases, like when I'm working out, it is really handy to be able to just use portable earbuds. Same, yes, Squid. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's like the old school side of me, but yeah, I get tired. I got tired of having to recharge, especially when your AirPods are dying. Oh my God. I remember my first pair of earbuds, right? They were so dead. And I remember before I had gotten like a new pair of AirPods, right? It was like, I would listen, because what I do is I like to listen with only one earbud. That way, if my AirPod dies, I can switch over to the other one, right? So that way there's always one AirPod charging. And so for me, I do that one because I don't like to not be able to listen to music if I'm especially out and about. But also I like to have my surroundings not fully covered up by music. And so that way I can listen to music but also be aware of my surroundings. So I usually do that, right? But I remember when my AirPods were dying, oh my God, I think it would last for like 1 minute and then I have to swap. And so for every minute I was like swapping my earbuds left and right, literally. So I could listen to music when I'm out and about, and it was so bad. It was so bad, but thankfully, you know, I did end up getting new AirPods thanks to you guys. And so, yeah, I got my new AirPods and I no longer had to like swap between them left and right. I don't know what the drone's doing. I think the drone's looking at the dog because the dog's looking at the drone too. What's the drone doing? Kalimba! I love Kalimbas. I love them. Okay, I'm going one by one. Let me move this here, this telephone booth. The hand of the god. No, don't say that. I'll put it back. Wait, I love this one. It reminds me of my tea set. Here, look. I'll do it side by side, okay? Alright, guys, ready? Look. If I put down my controller. Cha-cha! It's almost the same. I don't have a teapot on me, but my teapot is pretty much the same as like that one. So I love glass. I love glass teapots. Oh, I found it! Oh my god, the perfume! And the radio! Nice. Okay. There's the radio. There's the perfume. Okay. Alright. Let me move this out of the way now. It was meant to be, guys. It was a sign. That tea set was a sign. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way, Jester. Thank you. Hi, Austin. We're looking for a crate of bottles. We're looking for a lollipop. We're looking for 3 more white bushes, 1 more brown dog, and an ointment. So those are the ones we are looking for. But don't worry, I'm looking very carefully. So true that, and having to untie the tangela on your pocket when you save them. Only thing I hate about wired earbuds was when the connection wasn't good, so you had to move the plug part until it worked again. Yeah, that's why when it came to like earbuds, right? You have to make sure that you are very careful about how you position them. Because yeah, if you don't take care of them properly... Oh my god, the carton! Oh my god, the lollipop! Oh, it's on the barrel! Oh, sneaky. The dog! Oh my god! They're all in the same area! All the objects in the beginning, they're all in the same area. Okay. We only need 2 more bushes and then ointment. But yeah, I feel like wired earbuds, you have to be extra careful about how you took care of it. Because yeah, if you screwed it up, you'd be doomed. And you have to do the whole, wired shenanigan where you're like twisting it until it works, right? Okay. Yeah, for the bushes, I probably could have moved them to the side. Here, I'll do that. Let's move them away so that you know which ones I found already for the white bushes. So, let's see. I found this one. Yep, that one's found. Let me move this away. Alright. I know, I could have put them in a pile, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to ruin the aesthetic, okay, guys? I want to keep the aesthetic. Okay, putting that away. Oh my god, cute! The animals are so cute. I feel like the ointment, it's like somewhere where there's like a lot of objects. It's hiding in plain sight. They all are. Okay. But yeah. I prefer the earbuds. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I know people talked about how like they mentioned the earbuds like AirPods have, the ones without like the little sizing for the ears. They said that would hurt them, right? But for me, I feel like I'm the opposite. Like if I wear the earbuds that have the little pieces that you can switch off for the size adjustment, I feel like those give me more of a... I found it! Oh, sneaky. I was looking for the symbol on top, but it was hidden. Hidden in my paradise. Hidden around the world. But yeah, I prefer the smooth earbuds, like the AirPods, where you don't have to change the size, because those hurt my ears. Because my ASMR earbuds, those ones are like that, right? And I changed the size of them, but they're a little painful by the end of it. So yeah, I prefer the regular smooth AirPods. Hi, Tomioka! All the way from Portugal. It's a pleasure to have you here. Oh! Okay, there's one more bush. This one? No. Okay, so these are found. And then we need one more white bush. Uno más. One more. Okay. One more. That one we found already. Okay, put that over there. How do you say hi in Portuguese? Oh man, I feel like my friend would be very disappointed. I have a friend in Portugal And he's taught me like a few words over the years, but God, if I don't use it, I forget them really fast. I'm sorry. I found it. Okay, I found it. Yay! All right, so we finished up the main objective, which is the items. Now we can do the snap and the fairy. So I'm surprised actually. I haven't found a single fairy yet. Usually I'm pretty good at finding the fairies. Huh. Okay, well first things first, let's do the item snap. So we need to have the Eiffel Tower. Okay. Eiffel Tower is right here. We need to have some planters, some lamps. I'm just gonna steal this lamp right here. Lamp right here. A lamp right here. We need a planter, a pink planter. Pink planter right here. And then we need 2 bush planters. One in the back right here. And then another one right over here. Okay. And then we need the dog. Last but not least, we need the dog. Where's that poodle? There you are. Wait, that's the wrong eye though. It has to be yellow eyes. Yellow eye poodle. There's one right there, one right there. Where are you? Oh, here you are. Okay. No. That's not yellow eyes. Wait. Oh, I get extra money for the poodles? Oh my god, I get extra money for cleaning on the oh my god, God. I get extra money for clicking on the animals. I didn't know that. Oh my god. You gotta click on all of them so I can get more gacha coins. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Yeah, you have money for petting the animals. Cute. Cute. So cute. Yeah, you gotta pet that dog and you get that money for petting that dog. You get rewarded for being someone like me that really likes to mess with the animals. Okay, hopefully the dog is not inside. If the dog is inside, we'll have to look through it again, but that's okay. Cute. I know, the little squeakies. They're like little plushy squeaks. A little ferret. Got a skunk. Okay. Oh, we can turn on all the lights too. Oh, that's really nice for decoration if you want like a more... or not more, but like a specific aesthetic. There's a dog. There's a bird. I think I clicked on that bird already. Okay, so the dog is somewhere in the building. Because I need the dog with the yellow eyes. Yellow eye dog. Yellow eye dog, where are you? Hello? Psst, 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 psst. Psst, 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 psst. Now I know. Okay, after this first run, now I know that if there's animals in buildings, I'll take them out ahead of time. Just so that if we need animals for the pictures, we can do that like preemptively, you know? Okay, so there's a dog in here. In here? Is it yellow? Yeah, yeah. Here, look. See? If I zoom in. Oh, wait! Maybe it's not yellow. Maybe I just thought it was yellow because of the picture. Oops. That's my bad, guys. Oopsies! Oopsies! That was my fault. Okay, okay. Alright, and then we're gonna take a picture. I thought it was yellow! I thought it was yellow, okay? You can't blame me for that. I'm a little blind, okay? Look, it looks like it's yellow because it's in like a lighter setting. See, if it was like that, that matches. But because it's, you know, sunset, okay, the color's a bit different. Like that looks more like a different shade of pink. Okay, so you can't blame me, okay, guys? You can't blame me. Okay, and then there we go. We can recreate the snap just like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Yay! Perfect. Okay, so that one matches. Good. And then We have the next one. Cute! Tea time! Okay, let's look for the tea time cart. So tea time. And I like how you can move the picture to the side if you want to make it smaller so you can like see it better too. Tea time? Tea time? Let me see. But yeah, like I said, if you guys see the object, just tell me, okay? Be like, Elf, I see it. I don't know if the tea's on the cart, but I'm gonna yoink this cart. Yeah, because this cart pretty much has this. And I think the tea set, it's in the it's in that house that we saw. So let me move this over here. Okay. So this right here. I'm gonna yoink one of the flags. Okay. Alright. And let me just put all the objects there and then I'll come back for it afterwards. We need a white dog. I remember seeing that white dog over here. Okay. And then we got another dog. It has a little bit of floof. Where is it? Oui, oui. Je suis Elveira. Or je m'appelle Elveira. Je suis Americana. Je m'appelle. Comment t'appelles-tu? Ça va bien? I remember I took French for like... I mean, I've said this before. You guys know by now. For those that have been around for a little bit. I took French for a while back in school. But then I did not pursue it further after I got to like French 3. Because French 4 is like immersive French. And so for me, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to take French that much. But it is fun though. It is fun to know a bit of French still to this day. And I have cousins that live in Canada. And so I do talk with them. But my pronunciation's so bad. And so I can't really like talk to them in French. I can talk, but yeah, my pronunciation's pretty bad. Pretty bad. That's okay. I don't know why though. I don't know why my French is... It's so hard for me to do like the French accent compared to other accents I've done. But yeah, je m'appelle is like my name. M'appelle is specifically like my name part, right? So if you want to say your name, you're like, je m'appelle, you know, je m'appelle Silva, je m'appelle, you know, Elveira. Je m'appelle Jean Valjean. Stuff like that, you know? But if you want to ask someone their name, you're like, comment s'appelles-tu? I think. Comment s'appelles-tu? Tu is like you, right? Because like the pronouns are like je or tu, you. Vous is like you all. Nous is like us. And some other elle. God, I remember I think French was like the first language where they had like a gender specific pronouns and gender specific conjugation. Oh my god, I remember I wanted to like rip my hair out when I first learned about it. I was like, what do you mean there's conjugations based off if it's male or female? But then I got familiar with it pretty quickly. But in the beginning though, I was like, what is this? What do you mean there's different spellings for different pronouns? You know? Oh, I'm like that with Spanish. Yeah, like mami chula and mami chulo. I know that because of my friends, okay, guys? I have some really cool friends that taught me that. Me too, Canadian who did mandatory French classes, and I can read a bit, but speaking so hard for me. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like, I was the same way too. Yeah, I was able to read a bit. I can read more than I can speak. And so... Which is funny, because I feel like with other languages, I can speak more than I can read. But yeah, it's hard. Try German. Was ist das? Guten Morgen. Guten Tag. No, that's Russian, right? Привет. Spasiba. I know like different words in different languages, but not enough to have a conversation. Yeah, привет and spasiba are Russian. Yeah, I took German for like a week. So I really don't know German as much. I don't know. I feel like I can pronounce stuff in French, or not French, in German and in Russian better than I can pronounce in French. French is just like one of those languages where I can't get the accent down, you know? I don't know why. It's just really hard for me to get the accent, but I say Привет, спасибо, or Was ist das? And Guten Tag, Guten Morgen. Guys, I need some help. I lost where I put the tea at. 'Cause I remember the tea was like in a building where you saw like a ton of stuff, right? I lost it. I can't find it, guys. I need the tea set. I have the dog. I have the sign. I just need the tea set now. And I remember it was in a building, but I moved the buildings. And for me, if it's in a building, I'm very like location oriented. And so I remember what area it was at. Because I moved all the buildings, I don't remember which building it's in now. And I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. Down here? Is it down here somewhere? No, I remember it was like on like a lower floor building. So I was like, wow, look at how cute it is. This is a... I don't know what that game is. If you're talking about Roblox, I hate to break it to you, but a lot of Roblox games are ripoffs of other games. I don't know if you know that, but yes, I hate to burst your bubble, but there's a lot of games that Roblox does rip off, so I don't know if, you know, you should be bringing that up. Here's a teapot. Okay, we have a teapot. And then... Oh, is it outside? Is it outside? There's some wine. Dun 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 dun. Maybe I thought it was inside, but maybe it's outside. Well, I can't understand and write English good. I think I still sound the most cliche German when speaking it. Oh, that's fine. I feel like, yeah, there's a couple of friendos of mine that get a little self-conscious about, you know, their English as well. And because of their accent, right? But I think it's really cool. Like, if you have an accent while you're speaking, I don't think it matters too much, right? I think, if anything, it's really charming. I think it's a charm point. And so, even if, you know, you speak in a language and you have an accent, I think it's really cute. The fact that people are trying to speak a language, I think by itself is already so endearing, you know? And so, yeah, I think it's alright to have an accent when you speak. That's why I remember when I used to do more like phone calls on stream, right? I would tell people, like, don't worry too much about your accent. If anything, I want to hear you speak in your accent because it's really cool. Accents are unique. Voices, I told you guys before, I'm really into, right? And so someone that can have their own voice and have their own accent and speak in a different language, I think is really charming. It's very unique. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I think your accent is very charming, Cian. Even with the people, I know some people are self-conscious about their accents. I'm like, no, say it with your chest. I want to hear you speak. I just love voices. I'm a really big fan of voices, you know, for everybody. Because once again, I just think it's so cool that everyone has such a unique voice. And so I want to hear you guys speak. And that's the same thing too, like whether it's in call with my friends, if it's in call, you know, with, you know, chatters on stream for events and stuff. I get so excited every time I get to hear everyone's voices. I'm just like, yes, let me hear your voice. I want to hear how unique it is, you know? Stop, it's true, it's true. I love hearing people's voices. Okay, guys, I think I'm a little lost. I don't know how I lost the tea set. It was in the building, I'm pretty sure. Who plays Roblox these days? I would think you play Roblox because your username has Roblox in it. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, so for these houses, so there are some houses that you can't look inside of. They're just more so just like there for building. And so, yeah, I can't go through those. I wonder if the tea set is like on one of these platforms here, because I took out the house, right? But maybe the tea set is like on the floor somewhere here. Let me go through the floor again. Teacup. Play Minecraft? I am going to be playing Minecraft this week, actually. We were invited into a RP server. And it's not like full RP. People are able to RP if they want, but you don't have to RP if you don't want to. But yeah, I'll be hopping into a new server this week. And so I hope you guys are excited for that. Like I said, I'll release my schedule tonight. And so you guys will be able to see what I have in store for the rest of the week. But yeah, we'll play Minecraft for those that have been missing some Minecraft gameplay. Dun, 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 dun. I'm stumped, guys. I feel like I threw the house somewhere and I just don't see it. Oh, right here! It's literally right here. Oh my god. See what I mean? Okay, there we go. I knew it. I knew it was in a house. I knew it. Okay, and then a little cup on the tray, the cart. And then we put the sign behind, like right here. And then we put the dog right here. The other dog goes in the back, like over here. And then we get a little teacup for the dog on the bottom too, right over here. Okay, and I think that should be pretty much it. Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's take a little snapshot. Yeah! Very nice. Okay, we got that picture. Okay, and then last one. No, we have, let's see, 3 more for this map. Oh, the paintings! Wait, it's like the Mona Lisa, but the Mona cat. Okay, alright, so we need 3 paintings. I remember seeing the paint supplies over here. We need the dog. We spotted dog. We need some paintings. 3 easels, and then we're looking for a paint palette as well. So let me just open up real quick here. Do we see that dog? Bonjour! Welcome in, Tomioka, again. Hello. Dang, I haven't done like a painting stream. You guys want to see more like Bob Ross, Elveira streams? That was actually really fun. I enjoyed that one quite a lot, actually. And so I kind of want to try that again soon. But I left my painting supplies at the house, so I need to go back and grab it. Like I said, I left a lot of stuff back at home. So I need to grab them and bring them back here. El Ross? Yeah, it's time for El Ross. Oh, easel? Okay, I found easel. This one's empty. So we have the empty easel. We need the 2 paintings now. We need the Mona Lisa looking one and then the painting that we saw earlier. Let me look in the houses real quick. Right here. Where is that dog at? The painting? Okay. What's your favorite kind of dog? When I was younger, I really liked border collies. And then at a certain point, I went and liked golden retrievers. And it's because of movies. I went from Lassie, which is a border collie. And then I watched a bunch of like Space Buddies and Air Bud and all that stuff, right? And so they had like all the golden retrievers. And so I was really into golden retrievers for a little bit. And then... after that, I don't know. I like Australian Shepherds too. So I would say, yeah, those are probably my top 3 favorite breeds is Golden Retriever, Border Collie, and Australian Shepherd. But for me in the future, you know, for like adopting a pet, they don't have to be that exact breed. Like if I meet a dog and I think it's a dog that I like, then I'll probably just adopt it, you know? But yeah, when I was a kid though, I was like, one day I want a dog that is a Border Collie or a Golden Retriever. How about you guys? Do you guys have a favorite dog breed that you guys like? Shibas! Oh, I love Shibas too. Shibas are really sweet. I love Shibas. A Keeshond? I don't think I've ever heard of that one before. Keeshond. Okay, I'm gonna look at the buildings down here and then we'll look at the buildings on the right. Is that the Mona Lisa? No, that's not the Mona Lisa. There is a lot of paintings in this house though. Mame Shivas are really cute too. Oh, I like Pomeranians too. Pomeranians are cute. A lot of dogs are just really cute. My cousin has like the... What are they called? Like the really big floofy white dogs? I always forget the name of the breed. But my cousin has them. What game is this? This game is called Hidden Around the World. You get to look for a bunch of different objects. You get to decorate. It's really fun. I found it! I found the Mona Lisa! The cat Lisa. I don't know if I have a favorite, to be honest. I love too many breeds. My partner loves... Ah, Samoyed! That's what it is! Yeah, that's what my cousin has. A Samoyed. They're really huge. They're gigantinormous. They're big. Siberian Huskies are cute too. Hi, Matador. Nice to see you again. Hello there. Welcome, welcome. Also, I don't know if that message was deleted, but if not, just in case. Mods! There's someone posting weird pictures on the YouTube side. I got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sola. Yeah, I can't see. I can't see on my OBS. Unfortunately, when messages get deleted. That one has a painting. Oh no, we have all the paintings already. I need the palette. I need the palette, paint palette, and the dog. I need the paint palette and the dog now. But I have all the paintings though. Thank you. Alright. Let's look here. Is there a palette right here? Is there a palette? No? Okay, I think a lot of the objects were like towards the middle right here. So let's go one by one through these areas. Is there a palette? Okay. And then it looks like this dog, but it has green eyes. Green eyes. Da-da-da. Green dog. Where's that green dog at? Green dog? Oh, I found the palette! And the green dog! Oh, they're both right here! Wow! Okay, okay. Alright, perfect. Shiba Inus or Huskies or Maine Coons for me? Oh, Maine Coons are cats! I don't know if you're mixing up a breed. Why, but yeah, Maine Coons are cats, yeah. But yeah, Shiba Inus and Huskies are really cute too. Yeah. If we want to talk about cats, we can talk about cats as well, guys. We can talk about cat breeds. You guys got a favorite cat breed? Yeah, for me, cat breeds. Growing up, I really liked calico cats. I like gray short-haired cats. I also really liked Maine Coons as well. And then I was also a huge fan of calico cats. Oh no, not calico, orange tabbies. But yeah, I've had the pleasure of being able to take care of a few different breeds of cats, and they're really cute too. That's why I'm like, nowadays, and people ask like, are you a dog person or a cat person? Originally, I was a dog person, but I'm a dog and a cat person now. Oh wait, that picture should be good. Yeah, I wanted a Scottish Fold Maine Coon at one point. Zardanix, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you enjoy your stay. Look at that, almost 1-to-1, guys. Amazing. Okay, and we got two more pictures. We have the Paris tour. Cute! It's the double-decker bus. Oh my god, the babies. Okay, so we have the bus right here. We'll flip it. And then we have the flag in the back, which we need to flip as well. Like so. Okay. Make that a little bit higher. Alright. And then we need the puppy. We need a cat and 3 puppies. One of the puppies is the white puppy. Down here in this seat. And we have the Dalmatian looking one. Dalmatian one goes up here. Flipped. And then we have the tabby, the orange tabby, as well as a like golden retriever dog looking one. Definitely want to get a cat though. I love rag dolls. My partner's mom has a Siberian cat and she's so fucking cute. When I have a cat, I hope to have any I can rescue, but since my partner's mildly allergic, we might need to get a Siberian, but I'm not mad about that. Oh yeah, he's not gonna argue for a dog. I feel like that's like the hard part. Like if you're like a cat person and then your partner's a dog person, it's gonna be like, oh, which one's first, the dog or the cat, you know? Oh, there's the puppy. Oh, I think he's more of a cat person. Really? Okay, all right. If he's so much of a cat person, why won't he allow for pets? I'm just kidding. I know you guys got good reasons for not having pets in your department. There we go. And then we have the last cat. The best cats are the ones you get through. Yes! Oh god, I really wish I could have adopted the cats that I've stumbled upon in the cat distribution system growing up, but yeah, my mom, she's very adamant about never having a pet, unfortunately, so no pets for me growing up. But now that I'm older, I can have my own pet. We're both basically cat and dog people, but he's had cats his life, meanwhile I don't. Yeah, I've always wondered what it was like to have like a cat or a dog as a pet. I've only had a duck as a pet, and no, 2 ducks as pets, and 12 chickies as pets. Hi, Pocky Man! Welcome on in! How you doing today? Welcome. Alright, that one should be good. Nice. Okay. And then we have one more picture. Uno más. One more picture. Notre Dame. Okay. Oh, wait. I saw this earlier. The Notre Dame is right here. And then we need to have the cart. Okay, I'm gonna yoink this cart. Actually, no, there's a bunch of carts. I yoink this cart right here. And then I need a bluebird. Hey! A bluebird, a cart, a brown dog. Brown dog and bluebird. Alright, guys. Thank you for... Hey, wait, you threw stuff at me. I thought that was for the water. What pet BMS? Elveira. Oh, Miss Elv wanting? I want a dog and a cat. Originally, I wanted a dog, whether it was like a border collie or a golden retriever. But I want a cat now, too. Thank you, Ray. Let me look. Let me know if you guys see like a brown dog or a blue bird. I think the brown dog is in one of the buildings over here. If I remember. Yeah. Okay, brown dog's right here. Yep, I remember that. Okay. And then we need the blue bird. I think the blue bird is in a house, I think, if I remember correctly. No, never mind, I lied. Blue bird's right here. How now, brown cow? I remember that. How now, brown cow? Okay, let me put the bird. Not in that way, okay, guys? Not in that way. I mean the physical bird before anyone goes like, oh, elf! Because I know some people in here are going to be goofy about it. Alright. But yeah, we're flipping the bird in-game, okay? In-game. Alright? Just wanted to clarify before anyone goes like, oh my god, Elveira, you've changed. Elf, who are you? Okay, alright. Picture. Wow! Amazing! Nice. Okay, we found all the pictures. Yay! Got all the bonuses for the pictures. Still, one challenge you can complete. Each level are different, small, different fairies. Finding them can be easy if you put attention. Look, there seems to be a... Oh! A fairy! Try taking the object and placing it somewhere. Wait! Okay. So I didn't see this earlier. I don't know if that was like a thing that they just kept and for the tutorial, because I swear I was looking at like every object and I didn't see any sparkles. Okay, guys, so now we're looking for sparkles, and then we have to move the object. I'll just do like a general overview, but we're looking for purple sparkles. Let me go around to the buildings real quick. Orange soda! How could you? You can't do that! Whoa, whoa, whoa. You guys are getting unleashed. Huh. It's like, you know, in Marble Wobbles when Daredevil is like, let the devil out! Guys, you calm down, y'all. Okay. Alright, so I think maybe for the objects, they're not all going to be buildings. We need to actually look at one by one individually at these items here. So let's go through them first. What has a pink sparkly? Oh, let's make it nighttime. I think nighttime will make it easier to see the sparkles. We got some fairies. Or not fairies, some fireflies. I don't know what you guys think. You think this lighting is easier or harder to find the sparklies? Because this lighting does have the fireflies, but we're looking for like pink sparkles. Da, 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 da. Oh, here's one right here. A sign. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, I think the nighttime really helps out actually with the sparkles, in my opinion. There are cat foods that can help reduce the protein in saliva, but it just depends. For the most part, my partner has issues mostly only if he touches his face after petting a cat. But we haven't really tested it out long term if he's okay with cats or not. Yeah, I've heard some people too that are like allergic to cats, right? At some point, they also end up becoming not allergic to cats. I think from like exposure therapy. I don't know if that works for everybody, but I was like, oh, it's interesting. So hopefully, best case scenario, if you guys do get a cat, maybe it'll be this thing where the allergy like goes away, you know? Because it is a thing. It is a thing for the human anatomy, right? For every 7 years, our body changes. And so for some people, they'll like develop allergies. Whereas for other people, they'll lose allergies. And so, yeah, hopefully that's the case. Yeah. Depends on the severity of reaction for sure. 100%, yeah. Like my brother, you know, he used to be allergic to eggs at one point, and then he grew out of it. And then my brother also had an allergy to dust and pollen, and then he grew out of that too. But to be fair, that was like when he was super young, and then he got older. So I don't know if that's as likely. But I also have a friend too that has another allergy, like a food allergy, and then he also outgrew that food allergy in his adulthood. So yeah, it's different for every person. Oh, I say it! The sign, and then we have one more fairy we need to find. Oh no, I found all of them! Nice! Yippee! Okay, so we did all the objectives! It seems you completed all objectives of this level. Do you want to go to the next one? No. We'll leave for now, because I want to do the gotcha. Yes. Oh, and then by the way, if you guys don't know, they also have different modes. So there's like color mode, there's like darker mode, sepia, there's green. There's different colors for those that prefer different color modes as well. So yeah, it's really nice. The options that they have. Hi, do you read shorts? I do read shorts, Zero. Yes, I do. As long as they're following the rule and they're not sussy, I do read them. Yes. Okay. Oh, there it is. There's the shop, guys. You guys ready? I'm sure we will find cool and interesting things there. Let's go. Oh, heck yeah. And there it is. I'm in the way. Here, let me move out of the way after I read this. Look at all those things on sale. By buying these tiny objects, they will be able to, or available to be chosen when you create custom levels on sandbox mode. Have you seen that there are also tickets for a gacha machine? You can also try your luck with it. So, like I mentioned, in the game, there is sandbox mode. And with the sandbox mode, you can decorate with the objects that you unlock. And so, as you can see right here, we have a ticket for gacha. And so instead of like buying the items that you unlock from each level, you can also just go ahead and gacha. So we're gonna gacha. Let's try it out, shall we? One ticket, please. What did I get? Cute! Okay. We got some animals. We got a crab. We got a dog. We got a fox. We got like a menu. Got a shovel. A bridge! Oh, I love that bridge. It's like a terracotta bridge. We got a grape tree, and then we have a sign. But yeah, and then what you can do is you can also spend your money on the tickets, or you can just buy the item straight up if you want something. Like for example, this one lets you get like what's it called? Not lighthouse, the windmill, and the lamp and the scooter. This one lets you buy Big Ben. This one lets you buy the, I thought the Notre Dame, yeah. The Louvre. You have some other stuff too. We'll do one more gacha because I like gacha, you know. Let's do one more. Hi, Marky. Thank you so much for popping in while your teeth cleaning. Or you finished your teeth cleaning. Nice. I hope teeth cleaning went well. Ready? Oh, okay. Oh, wait, that's so pretty. That teapot. Oh, heck yeah. We got a mouse. We got a bow. We have, what, I think pepper? I don't know what this is, though. I kind of stuck with my landscapes around the world. So hopefully we get to learn more as we play this. Big Ben. No. It's not just Big Ben in France. I think it's like a combination of like a bunch of cities because Big Ben, right, is not in France, but you can buy objects that are in France and then objects elsewhere too. Yes, it's gacha, but it's gacha for the purpose of decorating. And then like I mentioned, there is sandbox mode. Here is a sandbox mode where you'll be able to create your own cities and share them with the world. So I go here and then I scooch myself back over while the game loads. Let me hop over into this section. Okay, all right. Welcome to sandbox mode. You can create your own levels and share them with the world. Select this option to create a new city, but I won't make one right now. I want to see what people have. To play a level, first you need to download it. Look! So you have cities that are like more built. You have some cities that are a little smaller, a little more populated. And it's really cool because once again, you can do it just for the sake of decorating if you want to decorate. Or you can actually make it your own like hidden item map for others to play on. So it's really cool. It's really, really cool how much you can do. Yeah, you can create your own hidden item level for others to do it. And you can play other people's as well. As you can see, people rate them. So it's like, oh yeah, this is a 5-star one. This one's a 3-star one, you know? Maybe because it doesn't have as much, right? This one's new. But yeah, it's really cool how much you can do if you finish all the maps that the game has by itself. Hi, Mark! But like I said, if it's me, I would probably just do it just to decorate, not even just to make a world, you know? I love games that decorate. And as you can see, you can unlock more as you go through it as well. So let's hop into the second one, which is Italy. We have Italy. And this one has 20 objects, 5 snaps, 4 hidden fairies. Okay, let's do it. And then you can reset it too if you ever want to replay. So lots of replay value. Oh my god, it's in Venice. Cute. Look at all the water canals. Oh god, I'm moving. I don't want to move that. Wait, this map is so big. You can't actually like move it around. It's that cluttered that you can only move like the map itself. Oh snap. Okay, so I guess this makes it a little bit harder to difficulty wise because you can't just like move every object off into like the open space that we... Oh, never mind. I lied. They have more open space if you hover your mouse over. At first I thought it was like a lot more condensed, but never mind. All right. Can you reset the layout without resetting the objectives? I think resetting resets everything. Yeah. Yeah, this is Venice. This is Italy. Venice, Italy. Okay, let me drink some more water. Okay, so for this one... We're looking for a vacuum cleaner. We're looking for a pepper grinder. Shoes, microwave, chess, a strawberry cake, a guitar... That looks like a CD player or like a turntable. Mouse, grape soda, Leaning Tower of Pisa. The swan. I don't know what this is though. Is this the Colosseum? Or like a diagram? Red shoes, like Red Mary Janes. Looking for some eclairs. I think they're right? Eclairs? A muffin, a pen, a pendant, maybe? Fruit. Panna cotta, maybe? And 2 flamingos. Yeah. I don't know what statue that is, but maybe if I hover over it, it'll tell me. Cannoli? Or is that different from a cannelloni? A cannoli? Okay, alright. Flamingo, I already saw. Flamingo, I saw you up here. All the way up here. I saw the swan. Okay. And then we have to click on every animal anyway so that we can get the coin. So I might as well, you know. Flamingo. Right there, Leaning Tower. Right there is Leaning Tower. Okay. Oh, fairy. This one has the fairy. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, so I think for tutorial at first, they didn't introduce the fairy yet. And so they didn't tell us about it. Pepper grinder. Okay. Let's see, vacuum cleaner. All right. Off topic, but I work. Let me see. Oh, purple shoes. Yep. Dang, I'm kind of on a roll right now. They're all like in the same area. I have to make sure, click on all the animals. Okay, I know now this time. Click on all of them to get the extra coin. Found the chest. Okay. The microwave. All right. Damn, I'm gonna miss like the small stuff, I feel like. Okay, so we need cake, guitar, turntable, mouse. Dun, 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 dun. And then these chests too also have extra coin if you find them. Cute, look at the dessert, cute. Yeah, Sneezy, it is a really cute game. It's a really cute game that just came out. Hi, Bula, welcome in. How you doing today? But yeah, you guys, I thought it'd be fun to play this together and look for items together. Okay, we found the mirror or like the little cat mirror thingy. Oh, another chest. The guitar! Nice. Napoleon? Are they sandwiches? I think they're like... They look like sandwiches. Dang, you can zoom in so much on the map, actually. Dun, dun. I always forget what this is called. This is like one of my favorite items in Animal Crossing. But I always mix it up with like vibraphone. Is it a vibraphone? I can't remember what it's called. A gramophone. That's what it is. Gramophone. What the heck is a vibraphone? Not the gramophone. It's not a gramophone. It's a record. It's like a music player. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, I love the aesthetic. Look, oh my god. And wait, oh, it's like a tea box. I just realized. I thought it was ointment, like Tiger Balm. But I think these are supposed to be tea boxes, like tea tins. Oh, yeah, I love that. I'm a sucker for tea tins. Whoa, it's a mask. I'm assuming that it's gonna be like for later. Reminds me of like Phantom of the Opera. It's kind of like marimba. Vibraphones are like xylophones. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of then. No, okay, it's not my phone because I'm not a grandma. 1 and 2, I have an iPhone. Okay. 9 out of 10 times, if you see someone as a VTuber, they probably have an iPhone because of the tracking. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let me scooch it up a little bit for the objects. Looking for the mouse, the grape juice, the statue, the player. Oh, there's stuff here too. Look, that's one of the cannolis. Got a chest. 2 crabs in the water. Oh, there it is. That's the cannoli tray that we're looking for. All right. Look at all those pigeons. Oh, another mask. A red mask. Hey, who did that? Excuse me. Down. Oh, thank you for the water, Sansai. Hi, Hiragana. Welcome in, by the way. How you doing today? Hi, Sansai. I see a safe there. You should steal all the money inside. I already beat you to it. I already did. Look, there's so many of these masks. I wonder if I need them. Let me put them together so that I know where to grab them later in case I need them. I have a hunch. I have an itching hunch that... Or an inkling that I'm gonna have to use those later. Oh my god, is that Ratatouille? Oh my god, that looks so good, guys. I want some ratatouille. Ratatouille? Oh, there's a statue right there. Some more birds. What, Martin? What? Why are you side-eyeing me, huh? Why are you giving me the bombastic side-eye? What is it, Martin? What do you have to say to me? Say it with your chest. A chest? Hello to you too, Martin. No rats, right? You guys won't rat on me for stealing stuff out of their chest? Oh my god, is that like a pager? What is that? A flip phone pager? Click on all the pigeons. What game is this again? This game is called Hidden Around the World. It's available on Steam. It's available on the PC for Mac as well. And it is on the Switch, if you want to play on the Switch as well. Okay, we got the fairy. And she was a fairy. We're looking for some objects. So these are the objects down below they're looking for. So they're looking for a mouse, grape soda, a turntable of sorts, a statue, red shoes, another cannoli set, a muffin, and strawberry panna cotta, it looks like. I know, the mouse is so cute. Oh, there it is. That's... Oh, is that a turntable? Oh, no, it's a stove. It's like a portable stove. I see. Do you guys have these ironing tables? I feel like nowadays, ironing's not really as common. I feel like, from what I've seen, a lot of people do more like steamers than ironing tables. But I do the ironing. I like ironing tables. Yeah, double burner hot plate, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like using the iron. Oh, there's a mouse. And my mom, she taught me how to use the ironing table. And so I'm just used to that. Like, I feel like you get a really good iron when you have the traditional iron with the table. Nice. Found another fairy. Found the statue. The statues are done. I need another grape juice. I found the panna cotta! The cannoli! Okay, I found the panna cotta and the cannoli. Alright. Okay. Dang, they got an espresso machine? Dang. Yeah, mouse goes squeak squeak. We have an iron board, but I don't really iron regularly. We have clothes that don't need it. Oh my god, that's lucky. I remember when I used to teach, my god, I used to wear a lot of blouses and skirts. And for some reason, they always had to be ironed. Well, I know why. It's because of the material, right? The material is really soft and they wrinkle easily. And so... Oh, there's the muffin. And so I used to have to iron like every single weekend. And it was annoying because, you know, they take forever, but yeah. And although it became therapeutic, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like the ironing became really therapeutic. Just a large iron board, but considering it's small. Yeah, smaller ones are really handy, especially if they're portable. Most of our day-to-day wear is jersey knit. Ah, I see. Yeah, jersey knit. Those you don't have to really iron. We have some linen stuff, but linen just not worth to bother getting the wrinkles out of. I recommend a spray, actually. I didn't know this existed, but... So sometimes I travel, right? And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just don't have an iron with me because the place I'm staying at doesn't have it. And so one of my life-saving hacks for you guys is, not sponsored, but they have these like wrinkle sprays. And what you can do is you spray the spray onto the clothing that you're wanting to get rid of wrinkles of. And then what you do is you like shake the clothing with the spray and you stretch it out and it gets the wrinkles gone. I don't know what kind of sorcery it is. I don't know what kind of chemicals they use, but it's been my lifesaver whenever I need to get wrinkles out fast and I don't have an iron on me when I travel. Yeah, leave my PC. Okay, I was at TwitchCon. All right, I was at TwitchCon. I'm going to Offkai. Okay, so I leave my PC. But yeah, that spray has been like my saving grace. And so if you need something that gets rid of wrinkles really fast and is travel size, look for wrinkle spray. Because that wrinkle spray is like magic. It makes it disappear. And I'm just like, what? Especially for linen. I think it works best on linen and on like silk and stuff. I'm just like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. I think the one that I have is like the downy one. I just saw it in like the travel area section before. And I was like, huh, that sounds handy. And then I tried it and I was like, what is this? So sorry. Okay, guys, we're looking for red shoes and one more grape juice. So if you see red shoes or grape juice, feel free to yell at me. Hi, Nasma! I always try to join your streams. Thank you! I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Yeah, if you pop in often, then yes, I will recognize you. So thank you so much for popping in here. The worst thing in my wardrobe used to be white chef's coat. Those have to be pressed every time, I bet. Just from the way they look like they have to be pressed every single time that you wash it. Yeah, I think as I've gotten older, I've been trying to buy clothes that don't need to be as pressed because it gets annoying, you know, having to wrinkle or having to iron so much. Like, as therapeutic as it can be, it gets pretty annoying. Yeah, especially in a professional kitchen. Oh my god, you guys know what I saw? I saw someone on Twitter power wash clothes. I don't know if you guys have tried that before, but they were like power washing these sweats because it was stained. And they were like, yeah, you can power wash your clothing if it's stained. And I was like, that's kind of smart. I never thought about that. But yeah, they were talking about it and they're like, yeah, laundry, big laundry corpos shiver at the thought of power washing becoming the norm for clothing. Oh, red juice. Okay, and then last but not least, we have one more grape juice. But yeah, there was like a video of them power washing their sweats, and it's because they couldn't get the stain out. And I was like, that's true, you know, it could work, but at the same time, you have to make sure that the clothing that you're power washing is also going to be durable enough to withstand the power washing. You know what I mean? Also, Sosa Yeti, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you enjoy your stay. I feel like other cooks and chefs would judge you if you work in a high-end establishment. Such a pain to clean, it's easier to just avoid messes. I thought that too, right? I was wondering, I was like, why? If chefs are working with food all the time, why are their jackets white? You know? Like, I don't know if there's like an explanation for those that are in the cooking field. But why? Why are the chef jackets white? Why can't they be like black, you know? So that if it does stain, it's not such a headache to get rid of. It looks nice though. I think it does look clean. But I've seen it though. I've seen both. I've seen like some people wear black and then some wear white. I think a majority though is white for their chef jackets. So currently, we're no longer missing items. I'm looking for a fairy. So I'm looking for a sparkle. We're missing one last sparkle, which I kind of feel like might be one of the boats. Let me look at the pier real quick. Looks fancier and shows when people is a messy cook. Really? Is that the case? Probably same for chem coats. You need to see the stains. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Like for chemistry, right? I think that makes sense, especially if you're trying to work with dangerous chemicals. You have to make sure to be able to, you know when you've spilled on you, especially. But for food though, I don't know. Food, I feel like it's not that bad if you get food stains on your clothes. Black's easier to hide it, you know? That is true. White, you can just bleach it. You can just toss it in and bleach, right? That's true. I guess it is easier that way. Allergens and stuff too. Really? Like, I guess because white, you don't really dye anything with it. Okay, that makes sense. I can see that for the allergen side of things. Hey, spill some sauce for him. At first I was thinking about like for MasterChef, you know, because MasterChef, they do care about how clean you are in terms of like your station. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was this one season where there was this really messy chef and they just threw all of like their peels and all of their extra dirt onto the floor, and they had to have one of the master chefs come in and tell them, you can't do that. You have to be clean in your station and you need to actually throw your stuff in the trash, which is literally at the end of the counter. I was like, ooh, it was kind of crazy how messy it was. I think it's prestige thing. Like the person must be a good chef if they're able to keep their white coats clean. Really? I don't know. I don't know about that. If that is the case, I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, we need the boats. So we have the green boat. We have the yellow boat. Okay. We need a red boat and a green boat. Okay. And then where's the red boat? Red boat is over here. Alright, so I need a crab. I have the crab. I need a flamingo. Where is the pink flamingo? I saw them. Oh, there's one right here. Some people keep like a small bin at their station to clean after themselves. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they had that in MasterChef, right? In the competition, they all had that at the station. But this person, they just kept throwing their stuff onto the ground because they're trying to min-max their speed. And it was just such a messy station. I was like, oh. It was really bad. It was really bad. Yeah. It was like the first time that people had seen that on MasterChef history, as they would say. I don't know. Where's the pelican? Wait, what are these called? What are these birds called? Dun, 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 dun. We got another flamingo. Right over here. Are they pelicans? Are they called pelicans? She spells tea on the regular, so it wouldn't surprise. Oh! You guys trying to talk about me? You trying to say I'm messy? I'm not messy, okay? I'm the type that likes to keep my area clean, okay? Alright? I would never. Okay, fair, I am clumsy. I guess you guys got me there in the clumsy aspect of it, because I'm pretty clumsy. Guys, you know what happened? So we bought groceries, right? Like we stocked up on groceries for the week not too long ago. And I was taking out groceries and like putting them into the, you know, just like unpacking them. And you know what I did? As I was grabbing like a bag of groceries, right? I like cut myself with the plastic on a plastic tray of donuts. I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't even know you could cut yourself with that. And so I have like a tiny little cut on the knuckle of my thumb, right? And so I'm like, ain't no way I did that. God, I don't know why I'm so clumsy, guys. Yeah, I had like a tiny little cut on my thumb from the plastic for this like donut tray. I was like, man, and I barely grazed it. But I was like, of course. Of all the things I could have done, of course I did that because I'm clumsy as heck. And then every day I try to fill up my bottled water or water bottle. I always end up like spilling water, like ever so slightly. It's like that one guy, you know that one guy that does the mukbang? It's the same guy as the one that he tried to put cheese into like a chocolate fountain. Like he tried to melt the cheese and put it in a chocolate fountain, but then the cheese doesn't melt like that, and so it hardened and it started like smacking him in the face. It's that guy. There's this one clip of him where he's like trying to put milk into like this really tall glass, and so he lines the cup up with the milk carton, but the milk spills over the glass, like completely misses the glass when he tries to pour it in. And so that happens to me a lot too, where I'll like try to put water into my water bottle, and then the water spout just like trickles over ever so slightly, and I'm like, dang it, every time. Look what you did to the... I didn't do anything to the donuts. The donuts are fine. Okay, they're all right. I'm the one that got a little bit of a cut, and now it's annoying because it's on my knuckle. Knuckle cuts are the worst. Like paper cuts on the knuckle, they're the worst. Or mosquito bites on the knuckle are the worst, okay? I hate those. I hate mosquito bites on the knuckle. I hate mosquito bites in general, but the knuckle is personal. You know, that mosquito is like, yeah, you're gonna get an itch on your knuckle for like the next week. I purposely chose to be annoying. Donut holes had their get back. I didn't have donut holes. It was Shen wanted some he wanted some like glazed donuts. It's like when you get a paper cut on cardstock paper. Ooh, I haven't had one of those in a while. Oh, that's really bad. Those are really bad. Ay. Yeah, I love that clip too with the cheese. The half like melted cheese getting stuck on the the chocolate fountain smacking the guy in the face is so funny. It's like one of the top mukbang fails is what people call it. I feel so bad for the guy, but I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty iconic, you know? Have you guys seen that clip? If not, I recommend it. It's really goofy. Maybe I can show you guys after we finish up this map. Okay, okie dokie. Oh, puppy, we need a puppy. Make a puppy. Make a puppy. But yeah, he like pours milk and it completely misses the cup. But it's kind of funny though, you know? Those fails work out really well for compilations. And then some people have gone viral for their fail compilation stuff. Okay. I think that's good enough. Get this crab out of the way. Okay, and then picture. It's so itchy. It's not very fleshy. Is that why? It's itchy because your skin's not as fleshy there? Nice. Okay. Alright. Next picture. The Rialto. You think so? God, I remember for the longest time, I used to think mosquito bites was because... Or I get a lot, okay? I get a lot of mosquito bites. And when I say get a lot, I'm not exaggerating. Like, when I say I get a lot, I'm the person that gets, like, 10 mosquito bites if I go outside for, like, 5 minutes, okay? And so, my mom, she used to be like, dang, your blood must be really sweet, you know? Because I can't stop biting you. And I was like, yeah. And that was, like, my mom's way of being like, stop eating so much sugar, you know? But then I found out years later that it's not because your blood's sweet, it's because your blood is saltier, right? And also because of oxygen and stuff. But yeah, and then I told my mom that. I was like, actually, Mom, it's not because I ate so much sugar, it's because of salt. And then she's like, well, then you should stop eating so much salt. And I was like, oh. I was like, that's true. I am more of a like savory type of gal compared to like sweet. I prefer savory stuff over sweets. And so, like, for example, like pho, I used to like drown my pho in fish sauce. And my mom would get so mad about it because she's like, you're gonna have high blood pressure if you keep doing that. And I was like, but it tastes so good. It tastes so good, you know. I like the taste of fish sauce with my pho. Yeah, the CO2 thing, you know. Yeah, my aunt was like, yeah, just stop breathing. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll just stop breathing, I guess. Ooh, I like the round corners for the waterways, the canals. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's cute. The way you can stack it like that. I like that. I like it. And then, nani? Okay, put that there. And then the flamingo. We need a pink flamingo. And then we need... Oh, wait. Wasn't there a song? Isn't there a song out there about, like, the flamingo eating a lot of shrimp and that's why it's pink? I think I used to listen to that song a lot because my brain was like, wait a minute. There's this memory from a distant time that I remember about this pink flamingo shrimp song that I was really into. Dun, 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 dun. What is that? Oh, is that like a water fountain? She got you there. I heard if you tone it down sugar, you'll kind of just acclimate and stuff will taste sweeter again eventually. That's what happened to me, I think. Like, I feel like maybe that's why when you get older, there's probably a lot of reasons for when you get older, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like, hello, can I stop saying I think it's because, yeah, I stopped eating so much sugar. And so I think a lot of stuff tastes sweeter now, but it's probably because I've acclimated. I think you're right. A song by Quiero Quiero Bonito. Yeah. I really like that song. I think that song's super cute. Okay, close enough. We'll take a picture. Dun, 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 dun. Not sure if that's the case with salt. I think it is, because it makes sense, right? It's like, when it comes to your taste buds, it only makes sense that the more you eat it, the more acclimated you are, or the more you get used to it. And so that's why for a lot of stuff like coffee, you become, your body adjusts to the level of caffeine intake you have. And so that's why things aren't as effective anymore. And so people need to like raise the amount that they intake for like salt, for example, or for sugar or for caffeine, because it's just not enough anymore to be able to get that taste that you want, right? And so I think it makes sense with salt too, if it works with sugar that way, right? You don't eat as much salt, you'll probably end up getting used to stuff, and then stuff will taste a lot saltier again. It's like the same thing too, right? It's like for American bread, right? Like a lot of people grew up with American bread if you grew up in the States. But for something's missing? There's something missing? Is it because I'm not close enough? Is that why? Wait, let me try to mix the fillings a little bit closer together. Hey! Wait, there we go. There we go. Okay, nice. Nice-oo. Wouldn't it be difficult because your body needs a certain amount of salt consumption? Yes, but that's why I'm saying it's like different in the sense of like if you overconsume, like overconsumption. For example, with like caffeine, right? Like the people that drink like 2 cups of coffee, right? That's an abnormal amount of caffeine. Or for example, if you eat a lot of sugar every day, right? It's overconsumption. And then that's like the situation where if you like start to wean off of it for a little bit, then you probably will get to the point where you don't need as much of that flavor or caffeine anymore, and they'll readjust back to it. So yeah, it's more so a case of like not the regular human consumption, like your daily dose of calcium or daily dose of sugar and salt that you're allowed. It's more so in the case of like people that overconsume that I'm talking about. But yeah, as I was talking about for the bread before I locked in, it's like in America, right? Americans, when we eat bread, we don't think of it as like sweet. But a lot of people that come to the States and they have like American bread, like American shortbread, they talk about how sweet the bread is. And I think it's because we have so much sugar in our food in America that it doesn't taste sweet, And that's why for a lot of people that are American too, when they go visit like other places around the world, like for example, in Europe, I've heard people complain about how like the food over there tastes bland, or the food over there doesn't taste as good, right? And it's because it's just that places like America, right, and other places of the world, they use more salt and more sugar, and the places around the world that don't use as much, right, they say the same exact thing. For those that visit that are from Europe, for example, I've heard them say like, oh, it's too salty or it's too sweet. So yeah, I definitely think for a lot of American cuisine, it's very, very overly salty and very overly sweet. And we don't realize it because we grew up that way, right, with our cuisine. But it's interesting though. It's interesting to think about the human body and like how our body is able to, acclimate and adjust and adapt, Google says less than a teaspoon per day. I want to try Japanese cakes because I hate how sweet American cakes are. Exactly, right? Like my friends and my family, right? They're more used to a lot of Asian focused cakes, and those cakes don't nearly use as much salt as they do in America. And so my parents, same thing too, like, whenever they have a cake, they'll talk about it to me. They'll be like, oh yeah, American cakes are just really sweet. And you hear about people saying it, right? It's like, oh yeah, not too sweet, perfect. But it's the same thing, it's like the places or the cuisine that they grew up with just didn't really use a lot of sugar. And so that's why American cakes are so sweet, because they have so much sugar in American cakes. Same thing too with like American drinks, right? Like, those juice boxes? They're like a healthy dose, an excellent source of vitamin C. It is a good source of vitamin C, but the amount of sugar that they have in the drinks too, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy when you look at it. You're like, oh my God, that's like triple the recommended amount of sugar that I need in this one bottle of like Gatorade. And so yeah, it's just cuisine, Yeah, Yeah, but like some desserts are sweet, like mooncakes and such. I feel like I've had some sweet ones, like really dense and sweet ones. No, exactly. Like I'm not saying like all cuisines are going to, follow the rule of how it tastes. It's just that they use less. And so with mooncakes, same thing. Some mooncakes are sweeter, some mooncakes are not as sweet, and it depends. Like for example, if you're eating like the I forget what it's called, the winter skin, the snow skin mooncakes, those are sweeter. But if you have like traditional mooncakes, like for example, if you just have like the one with the egg in the middle, that one is not as sweet. It's salty, it's salty mixed in with sweet to help counter the sweetness. But if you have like red bean mooncake, those are really sweet. So it just depends on different cuisines as well. But yeah, personally for me though, my family, we grew up with mooncakes that have the egg in the middle because once again, the salty helps to counter the sweet. Or if you go for like the really good kind of mooncakes, because there are different qualities of mooncakes. That's why some mooncakes are going to be like $57 for like 4 of them, because they're the higher quality ones, which don't taste as sweet. There are cheaper ones, but those ones tend to be sweeter. But yeah, my parents have bought like high quality ones to give to, relatives for mooncake season. And so those ones tend to be like lotus mooncakes, right? The lotus flavored ones that have like the egg in the middle and they're like not sweet at all. And so those are like the good quality ones. Yeah. Yeah, it just depends though. Like I'm not saying like all American cakes are sweet too. It's just that they tend to be sweeter. But I have had American cakes too that are also not as sweet. It just depends on the, the patisserie and the chef or the baker, right? It's just all up to preference. I hate the salted egg. I always give that bit to someone else. Me! Give that to me, Higara. If you don't want it, give it to me. I grew up with that one in my family. Oh, your favorite of the mixed nuts one? My aunt loves that one. She freaking loves the nuts one. I'm not a fan of that one just because I haven't grown up with it, so I don't like it. But my aunt, she's like, oh yeah, you want some mooncake, sweetie? Here are some nuts. And I'm like, oh, thanks, auntie. Balut? I've had balut before. Yeah, fun fact, I actually really enjoyed eating balut when I was a kid. But then when I like realized what I was eating, I think it like was too much for me brain-wise to think about it. I was just like, I couldn't get over the mental of it. But I really enjoyed it before I like overthought it. But yeah, I had balut too. It was pretty good. I don't remember which ones my friend had. Some really fancy ones, and they were fairly large and so rich I couldn't eat. Large? Okay, yeah, they shouldn't be large. They should be like enough that you can like, it's like you can cut it into 4 pieces and you can eat it. And typically with mooncakes, you're also supposed to have it with tea. And so tea is really good to help counter the sweetness as well if it is too sweet for you. Salty egg and Xiao Pao. That's pretty good. I like salty eggs and buns as well. My mom can't eat balut because that's what happened to me. Yeah, like I saw the baby chicken side after a certain, like I knew I saw it, right? But I didn't think about it. But then when I thought about it as a kid, because I was like elementary school when I realized it. Like I knew it beforehand. I don't know why I like clicked double. And then I was just like, oh, I don't think I can eat anymore, Dad. I can't do it. And then my dad was like, that's okay. My dad, he's the type where he's like, he wants us to try everything at least once, but he wouldn't push us if we weren't comfortable with it. So yeah, I realized it. I was like, oh yeah, I can't eat anymore. But my dad was very proud though. He was like, I'm proud of you for trying still. And I was like, thanks, Dad. I love my dad. My dad's so understanding. Okay, and then one more thing I need is a flower pot right here. Yes. Perfect. Wait, what? Eh? They weren't large. They felt large for mooncake. They were still on the small side, but I feel like I've seen smaller ones than that. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it depends on what kind of skin it was. If it's traditional skin, they tend to be a bit bigger. But if it's like the snow skin, I think is what they're called, those ones tend to be a little bit on the smaller side. But they're also more expensive too. I haven't had one yet, actually, I think. I don't think I've had that one, because that one's relatively newer compared to traditional one. Wow! Amazing! Hi, Mr. Zephyrus. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Do a quick stretch here. Ooh, big stretch. Oh, I'm cramping. My back. Oh, I hate that. I hate when you're like stretching and you're like really enjoying your stretch and then your body is like, oh yeah, let's cramp up. Yeah, I think I'm okay. All right. Oh, I stretched a little bit too hard. All right. We have 2 more pictures. Cute. A pizza time. Oh, I kind of want pizza, guys. That sounds really good. I still thought about the question that someone asked me. The other day, someone asked in the chat, they're like, pizza or hamburger for the rest of your life? And I was like, don't make me choose. But if I think about it, I said hamburger the other day. God, pizza's just so good. Or maybe I'm just craving pizza right now, but pizza's just so good, you know? There's so many different types of pizza you can eat too. Okay, pizza. What would you guys say if you had to choose between like pizza or hamburger for the rest of your life? What would you choose? Would you choose pizza or would you choose hamburger? I get mooncakes every year, but they're really big and my mom tries to throw them out before anyone can eat them. Wait! So she buys them and then she throws them out? That's really expensive! I feel like if anything, my mom, she always tries to push everyone to eat them before she throws them out because they're so expensive. Hamburger, pizza is cheese, unless it's a cheeseburger, plus pizza can be whatever with topping. But the same thing too though. A hamburger can also be, you know, like a cheeseburger can also be whatever you want. If you think about like Shake Shack burgers, you know? Okay, that wasn't an option, Yellow Ring. The question was between a cheeseburger or a pizza. Not rice, okay, alright. Cheeseburger or pizza. Get the hamburger pizza and meat lovers pizza. Hamburger feels so limiting, though. It always has to be meat, but pizza can be anything. Best of both worlds. Yeah, like for pizzas, I would go for like a marinara or like a margarita pizza, or like a chicken Alfredo pizza, or chicken Alfredo spinach pizza. So I feel like my pizza choices are like a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm not really a meat lovers type of gal. I'll eat it, but it's not my favorite. But with cheeseburgers, I think people are thinking of just like the default Dan cheeseburger, but a cheeseburger can have a lot. Like it could be like a shroom burger, right? It could be a chicken burger, right? It could be a cheeseburger with meat on it. And so I think they were just talking more generic, like a burger versus pizza, because both can be very varied as well. It's not just like, oh, it's only a cheeseburger, you know? So that's why I was having a hard time deciding. I was like, I can't choose between like a cheeseburger or like a burger versus a pizza. I might make sourdough pizza. Ooh. Can it be a cheeseburger from McDonald's? Yeah. It can be like a cheeseburger from McDonald's. It can be a chicken burger. It can be a meat burger, cheeseburger, hamburger. They're just saying burger in general. Sorry. I think I was the one that said cheeseburger, but they meant burger in general. But yeah, I like the McDonald's burgers. I grew up with them. They're really nostalgic. I like them. They have like an ebi burger, like an ebi fry burger in Japan. I was like, what? So yeah, when I'm saying a burger, right? It's just like a generic name for a burger, you know? But yeah, it can be like a fish fillet. It could be a chicken burger. It can be all that jazz. Chicken in a burger? I don't know, because for example, Shake Shack, they have chicken burgers. So I think it still counts as like a burger. Doesn't matter what meat it is, right? It's still a burger. Unless you're like traditional, like the menu guy, right? Like the guy from the menu. He's like, a burger, you know, has like beef and cheese on it. Swiss cheese, of course. No, American cheese, you know? He's like, it has to be American cheese. But I think the person was just talking about it more generically. Because if we're talking about pizza, we're talking about like pickle pizza, you know? Like we talked about the other day, there's pickle pizza. There's tapioca pearl pizza. There's Oreo pizza. There's buffalo pumpkin pie pizza. Pizza gets kind of wild too, guys. It's kind of, especially in Japan. Japan pizza is kind of crazy. I found the pizza. Okay, pizza. Hi, Justin. Welcome in. How you doing today? Welcome. Yeah, Oreo pizza is a thing in Japan that they had for a little bit. Because they have things called like dessert pizzas. So there's Oreo pizza. There's like a tapioca pearl pizza, which is what you eat in boba when you have the little pearls. There's a pizza full of just pickles that they've had. They've had a pumpkin pie pizza, where it's like a pizza with pumpkin pie sauce on it and cheese and ranch. Pumpkin pie flavored ranch. Oh, Just Spins. Sorry. I thought your name was Justin. Hi, Just Spins. I like your name. Very clever. Would that make Oreos a burger? No, because if you want Oreo burger, it would have to be like Oreos and then you have 2 buns on top of the Oreo. Because I think what constitutes a burger is the 2 buns, right? It's like how the pizza, what constitutes as a pizza is like the pizza dough. So with the burger, it would have to be the dough, the burger buns. So Oreo by itself would not be a burger. But if there's like a chicken patty between the buns or a meat patty between the buns or any other patty between the buns, I think it would count as a burger. It's like the thing with soup, right? Technically, cereal is a soup, guys. I know people are gonna be like, how can you say that? All right, but cereal is a soup, okay? All right, based off what constitutes as a soup, cereal is a soup. I must be the devil's advocate. If burgers have buns, then explain loco moco. Traditionally, loco mocos, they don't have buns on it. So a loco moco would not be a burger because a loco moco usually is just like it's like a hamburger steak, right? It's like a hamburger steak. It's steak. It's not like a burger because you just have like the patty, right? By itself. And loco moco, same thing. Loco moco is like the patty by itself without the buns and it's on rice. And so that's not a burger. That's just a loco moco. And then this is the convo about whether a hot dog and a bun is a sandwich. I think a hot dog is separate from a sandwich. Because at that point, then we can start saying things like, oh, a burger is a sandwich, right? But I think a hot dog is like a hot dog by itself. A hot dog can be like various things as well. You know, like a hot dog can have like a meat glizzy. You can have like a pork glizzy. You can have a chicken glizzy, right? There's some glizzies that have cheese in it. You can also put stuff like there's different types of hot dogs out there. There's like the New York dog. There's a Philly dog. There's a Seattle dog. There's a Chicago dog, right? And so I think a hot dog is like its own because it's like a separate type of bun. And so I wouldn't say it's a sandwich. But if you're using it in like an umbrella term, then I guess you could say that. I guess you could be like, technically, you know, they're all sandwiches. Jasmine, thank you for lurking. I hope you enjoy your lurk. Thank you. Dun, dun, dun. God, I'm probably making like a ton of enemies right now, especially talking about pizza while we're in Venice. We're in Venice talking about the different types of pizza atrocities. Oh God, guys, I'm gonna get canceled for pizzas. But you have people like Raora, right? Raora from Hollow Live. She's Italian, but she loves fries on her pizza. And so I feel like, you know, thanks to Raora, we get a bit of a pass, you know? Because she loves fries on her pizza. Let me see. Hot dog's a taco. A hot dog is not a taco, okay? A taco has a taco shell. A hot dog does not have a taco shell. Unless it's like a taco dog. And then it's a hot dog taco. I remember Marge Simpson's hot dog. She had a hot dog cake? I didn't know that. The buns are the shell. No, it's different. Because once again, it's like the taco, what constitutes as a taco mainly is like the taco shell or like the soft taco wrap, you know? And so I feel like if it doesn't have like the iconic taco shell or the taco wrap, it doesn't count as a taco, you know? I don't care about no cube rule. Why are we bringing geometry into food? We're talking about food, not geometry, okay? I don't care about no cube. I don't care about the Tesseract. I ain't no transformer. We're talking about food here, guys. We're talking about food. I'm not trying to think about math while I'm talking about food, okay? I don't think no one's gonna be like, actually, according to the cube rule, hot dog is a taco. If someone were to say that to me while I'm like eating a taco or a hot dog, I'm gonna be like, yeah. Tea feels like broth. Is tea a soup? Ooh, I feel like tea is more of a broth because you simmer, right? You like simmer the leaves in water. And so I think that constitutes more of like a broth. Because if it was a soup, you'd be consuming the tea leaves as well. You know what I mean? Because with the soup, you're consuming everything. But yeah, I think tea would be more of like a broth. Which is crazy for me to say because that goes against like all of my tea knowledge. If I told my mom, who's like the person that taught me all about tea, and I told her that we talked about how tea is a broth, I think she would just stare at me and be like, you've changed. You moved out for 1 year almost, and you've changed. She's like, I knew it. I knew you'd lose your roots somehow. Guys, I can't find this slice of pizza. Why is this slice of pizza so hard to find? Lasagna's a cake, technically? Okay, I don't know about that. That's kind of pushing it, you know. I feel like calling lasagna a cake, because I don't know, cake's different. You have to bake it, right? And then lasagna, yes, you bake, but there's no like similar ingredients. You know what I mean? Tea is a quiche, but so is soup. No, it's not. What the heck? Okay, that's stretching it. That's going too far. Okay, tea, I see no similarities to quiche. Okay, one, tea is a liquid. A quiche is not. A quiche is a solid. Okay, we're learning about chemistry. Okay, we're learning about states of matter right now. Okay, a quiche is a solid. And so that's different. You can't be saying that. It has to be at least like the same state of matter. All right. I found it. I found the pizza. It's in the freaking cat house or whatever it was. Layers of starch. But it's not. Okay, I guess. But then technically, I think like a pizza pie would be more similar, you know, to the cake than like a lasagna. Because a lasagna, the parts inside the lasagna are seen as layers, right? Whereas a cake, you don't see the layers until you cut it. And so I feel like if it were to constitute as a cake, it would have to be enwrapped, like how the cake ingredients and layers are encased, you know, in the batter or not the frosting. Make it a cake. So a Big Mac is a cake. No, it's not. A Big Mac is not a cake. Hi, Chops. Tea. Tea is not a cheesecake. Okay, now you guys are just trying to say hot takes just to say hot takes. That makes no sense. Okay, if you're gonna debate, you have to at least make it make sense. All right, you can't just say random things and be like, actually, tea is a quiche. You can't say it without backing up your knowledge or backing up your argument. Okay, guys. What is lavash? I don't know what lavash is actually. I can't say anything about that. I can't rebuttal that one if I don't know it. No, lasagna is not a cake because they're different the way that they're made. If it was like, I don't know, like, for example, right? If you're talking about like a pie, right? A pie could constitute as a cake because a pie, it wraps up the ingredients like how a cake does, right? And then sometimes you have toppings on it. And so you're like, okay, that can work as like an argument for a pie and a cake. I've had this soup conversation before, and one thing led to another. Is saliva soup? No, saliva is not a soup. Saliva is a part of your body that breaks down food in your mouth so that it helps to, you know, get all the little bits and pieces of the food stuck in your teeth, but also to help break down food so you can swallow it so you don't choke. That's a different thing altogether, okay? Saliva is not a soup. You know what I thought of? I thought of something really cursed. I don't know if I want to say it, guys. Should I say it? Should I say the curse thing? There's only one argument for saliva being soup. Only one, and it's a very cursed argument. It's very, very cursed. I don't know if I should say it though. It might make some people get like the nasty ick, you know? I'm like, I don't even want to say it. I feel like it's a little too much. Let's just say there is an ASMR artist that has an argument that she could make about saliva being soup. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, alright? But there is an ASMR artist that can argue. And that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for the water. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cube food theory diagram is interesting, so canola. No, I don't care about no cubes, okay? We're not involving cubes into the argument. We're talking about food as food, alright? Okay, alright. I think that should be good. I think that is. A whole pizza pie. Yes, a pizza pie could be a quiche. I would agree with that comment. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, I need some more trees in the back over here. One like this. Dun, 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 dun. This comment is crazy, by the way. This conversation as a whole is kind of wild. I'm gonna send this whole entire segment to my editor so you can make a clip of it. And then everyone's gonna hate me on the internet. They're gonna be like, this streamer doesn't know her food. What is she talking about? Just like a hot dog. No, it is not. Okay, I refuse to concur with the argument that hot dog is a taco. Okay, I will not. I do not agree. There's something missing. Huh? Oh, is it not big enough? Frame. Ooh. Okay, let me move it a bit closer. All right. Okay. This is the girl I babysit. Hello, hi Sierra, welcome in. I don't care about it, Silva. I'm not gonna look at it. You can send it as many times as you want on Twitch. I will not click on it, okay? I refuse. I refuse the cube law. I do not claim the cube law. Alright. Nice! Alright. I said no cubes! It's like Edna mode. No cubes! I said no cubes. Yay! Alright, guys. We did it. Crepe would either be a calzone or sushi. Oh, wait! I didn't mean to hop into it. Oh my god. Wait, I love London's map. And the music. We got like the bossa nova music. Ooh. Okay. Look at all the doggos and the cats. Oh my god, the cabs. You have the cabs. Big Ben. Okay, wait. We'll come back. I'm not doing this yet. I wanted to do some gacha real quick before we do this. Oh my god. Crepe would either be calzone or sushi. Sushi? Did you just call a crepe a sushi? A crepe? A sushi? That is not a sushi. How dare you? That's insane. Okay, that's a hot take right there. Calling a crepe a sushi? Yeah, at this point, you guys are just rage baiting me now. You guys are just trying to rage bait me. A sushi is a burrito. Wait, you're kind of cooking with that. You're kind of cooking, Allie. See, that I can agree with because it's a food where you put stuff into, you know, a wrap and then you wrap it up. And it has the same shape, you know? So technically, I think if you wanted to argue that a sushi is a burrito, you could technically argue that debate. That makes sense to me. But a crepe as a sushi? No. I'm sorry, but I do not claim the crepe being a sushi. Is a dumpling a calzone? It could be. You could argue that because the way that the calzones are made, you know, it's like even the shape of it kind of looks like a dumpling when it's really big, and you have like the ones with the pockets, like the moon-shaped calzones. I think that could argue for a dumpling, you know. A sushi isn't fully wrapped 360. Oh, okay, that's a good argument. I don't know if I would say a burrito is a calzone, but yeah, if you argue that the sushi isn't fully wrapped, then technically it would not constitute as a burrito. Okay, I was thinking about like the open burritos, because there's burritos where they're open on the one end, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, oh, okay. She is agreeing with the cube rule, chat. No. If I was agreeing with the cube rule, that would mean I agree with everything that the cube rule says. I refute the cube rule because of what you said earlier. Akish is not tea. Okay, if that's what it says, heck no. Yeah, someone can agree with like parts of a rule, right? But I think in order to agree with a rule fully, you have to fully agree with everything that the rule constitutes. You know what I mean? And so if I don't agree with everything, I don't think I can say that I agree with the cube. All right, guys, let's do gotcha. Let's do gotcha. Guys, what are we talking about? We're playing a hidden item game while talking about food hot takes. Okay, I got a bush, I got a gargoyle, I got coffee, I got a scroll, a boat, and a house. Okay, let me do another roll. What do I get? Oh, okay. We got a bread, we got a taxi, we got a ferry, we got a fluffy brown dog, so cute. We also have a feather pen, ice cream, a possum, we got perfume, we got... What is this bird? Is this bird a pelican? Do you guys know birds? Here, let me hop back over too, now that we've done our gotcha. Shall we? I keep disappearing on the vertical stream side. There we go. Alright. But yeah, is that a pelican? Starch is a salad? It is not a salad because you don't toss stuff with starch and eat it straight up, okay? If you want to argue something being a salad, you could probably argue like... It has to be something where the ingredients are separate and you mix it together. But you can't eat starch just like by itself with random stuff. You know what I mean? Starch is an ingredient. This bird is a taco. This reminds me of Northern Lions when he's trying to guess stuff for dailies, right? He'll, especially for like guess the game, he'll be like, "This is Prince of Persia. This is Madagascar. This is." That is not a taco. All right, we did our gotcha. That's what I'm saying, Cian. I'm confused by the conversation too. I don't know how we got to this point, but I'm glad you guys are enjoying this food conversation. I'm a long-time lurker, but I had to join this food conversation. I don't blame you. It's wild. Coffee is bean soup? No. I think it's hard for coffee because with tea, you can say it's a broth, right? Because you're like steeping the tea. You're like simmering the leaves, right? But then when it comes to coffee, you like press the beans, right? And then it becomes the liquid. And so it's not a broth. It can't be soup because there's nothing inside of the coffee that you eat with it, you know? Or I guess you could say it's a soup because you press it. It's like how you mash tomatoes into tomato soup. No, CNC, you're being sarcastic, but we can cook it. We can make it work. We can make it work, ma'am. It does work technically. You grind the beans, then run hot water over it. Yeah, right. You can press it. You can grind it. You can... There's a lot you can do. It's liquid beans. We ain't making that work. It does work, though. I think it works. I think technically coffee could be a soup. You know? What that? Well, too bad, CN. You unintentionally joined the conversation and it worked. Cold brew. Oh, yes. I think cold brew coffee would be a broth more than like regular coffee. I think regular coffee would be a soup. Yes. Okay, you know what, guys? Before I hop into this London map, I think I should take a break real quick. I'm gonna actually make some tea for myself. And then we'll come back. Okay, we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. You guys can think about more food, okay? And we can argue about it after. Or not argue. We can do a healthy debate, okay? But yeah, I'll take a quick break. Just a little bit, just so I can go grab something to drink. And I will be right back. But for those on the Twitch side, I'll give you guys some points to combo with. But yeah, think more about hot takes. These are fun. I'm curious. I want to talk about it and argue. Selva, you did not pin the cube rule. Get that rule out of here. Be right back, guys. She better not pin it again. Be right back. see you guys still talking about it. Yes, yes. I'm back. It's time for some more food hot takes while I play. Okay, all right. Where are you guys going? Where you guys going? What the heck? Okay, see, that's a little crazy. Cian's like, okay, you know what? I'm tired of this. Everything is just gonna be poop because you poop it out anyway. Cian's like, I'm done with this conversation. Hi everyone, I'm back. I have my bean soup. I have coffee. I don't know. After talking about it, right? With our last conversation before I went on break, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go for some coffee. And so I made some Maxim coffee. It's that like Korean coffee brand that you guys always see for sponsors and stuff in K-dramas. I had one more left over, but it's a little hot, so I'm gonna let it cool down for a little bit. But let's see your hot takes while I disappear. I saw Cian crashing out a little bit while I was gone. Human what? If you eat the part, what are you talking about, guys? What are you talking about? Are you talking about bath water? That's nasty. That does not relate to soup. Okay, we're not gonna go into that field, guys. Don't be talking about stuff like that. Okay, that's crazy. I scrolled up and I was like, what the heck? Okay, before we get into the conversation again, we are now on the London map. And the London map, it looks so pretty. I'm really happy that they actually have the maps like default set to different times of the day. And so it's just so nice. I like how this one's set during the night automatically with all the lights. It's just what it looks like during the sunset and then during the day. But we'll stick with the nighttime vibe. I think it's a nice aesthetic for it. But yeah, let's see if we can find everything here. But yeah, we need a birdhouse, a telescope, 2 teddy bears, 2 bags. Wait, what is this called? I had one of these as a kid. I forget what it's called though. Belle! Oh, I didn't read the message. Hope you've been well. I went to SakuraCon over Easter weekend and got lots of goodies. Nice! I'm really happy that you had a nice time at SakuraCon, Belle. Thank you so much for the resub at 56 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you, Belle. Can we get some love and some hype in the chat, please, for Belle's resub? Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, this thing, I don't know what this is. Is it like a bongo? I had this as a kid, but I don't know what the name is. And then there's like a jewelry box. We got 2 like Big Ben statues. We have a skunk and we have a turkey. Wait, that's it? Well, I'm really surprised. There's not as many objects on this map compared to the other maps. Why? Let me go back. Let me see. Oh, okay. So, I see. Okay, so each area has like a set amount. So there's 1 map for Paris. There's 2 maps for Italy. And then there's 3 maps for London, I think. Or maybe it's levels? I'm trying to think. Oh, no. I think it's just levels. So it's 1, because we did 1 for Paris. We did 1 for Venice. The 3rd one is London. And then... Wow! They have them for Asia! Okay, chat. Okay, I think so for today. We'll probably finish up for Europe. And then we'll go to Asia next time. Wow. Okay. That's so pretty. Alright. But yeah. 9 objects. Only 9 objects for this one. Okay. Wait, I'm scrolling up to see what you guys said. Let me see. Where was that rose in? I don't know what that landmark is. I don't know actually. I don't know what that landmark is either for the flower. The lotus flower? When I think of lotus flower, I think of like Thailand maybe? Or maybe like Cambodia? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it was like a lotus flower. The little balls at the drum where you twirl it between... Yeah, I don't know what it's called though. Yeah, it's like a toy. I don't know what that toy name is. Time for fish and chips. I'm not snitching. Soup is wet salad? Okay, that's going too far. I feel like soup is soup, okay? Soup and salad. You guys can't be like mixing those up, okay? Because soup is a liquid once again, let's learn about our state of matters, okay? Soup is a liquid. Salad is a solid. And so those are two different states of matter. And so when we're arguing about it, you have to go based off of the states of matter at least, okay? Hi, Bunzy!
Hyper Big Beefy.
Bunzy, thank you so much for the resub at 35 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you. Hi, Bunzy! Can we get some hyper big beefies in chat, please? For Bunzy's resub. We got it. Every time we see Bunzy, you gotta do the hyper big beefy. Look, Silva! A capybara! Oh my god, look, it's you! It's Silva. I'm looking. Veggies and meats and noodles, does that not make it a salad? No, because a salad is dry for the most part, okay? Usually they're dry. And even if it's wet, it's not in a liquid. A soup is very different because it's in a liquid, right? It's things in a liquid. Hence why cereal is considered a soup, right? But you wouldn't consider cereal a salad. A salad is a salad because it is separate by itself. If the salad was in a liquid, then it'd be considered a soup. Like vegetable soup, right? Or like chicken noodle soup. But if you poured out the contents of the liquid and you were only left with like noodles and the chicken and the vegetables, it would not be a soup. That would be something else. So I do not think that argument is valid. I refute that argument. All liquid flows. Hi Tiz, welcome on in. Nice to see you. Hello, hi. A liquid flows and so does this conversation. Is this conversation a word soup? No, because words are not even physical. Words are just spoken. They cannot be eaten. They cannot be consumed, all right? If it's a food topic, it needs to be consumable. But hi there, welcome in. Hi, Bunzy. Welcome to our conversation. What else did you guys talk about? Hi, Suki! Welcome in, ma'am! I know! Super cute game with a very interesting conversation topic that we're talking about. Hi, Suki! I love you, ma'am! I hope you're doing well today. Happy Tuesday. I'm drinking chat tonight. You can't drink chat because chat is not a consumable. They are not a liquid, okay? Alright? We haven't even talked about liquids yet. Raises an eyebrow. What's the topic, ma'am? We're talking about food hot takes. So it's like the thing when people are like, is cereal a soup? Is a taco a hot dog? We're talking about conversations like that. And then or people are like, my mods are busting out like the cube theory about food. And I'm like, I don't care about no cube. It's not food we're talking about right here. A cow! Oh my god, a cow! Whoa, yeah. Like earlier, we were talking about like how a quiche is like more like a pie, right? Whereas someone was like, I think Silva said it. Silva was like, yeah, a quiche can be like a tea. And I was like, it cannot be tea. It can. I think a quiche is a pie. I think that would constitute as a pie. Because a quiche is a quiche by itself, right? But you could argue that it's a pie because of the way that it's made. It's very similar to a pie. And then for same thing like pizza pie, right? I think a pizza pie. Soup in a bread bowl is a quiche? No, it's not. That does not work. Okay, quiche is not liquid. It has like a gelatinous consistency that's similar to like the filling for a pie. So I think that's more of like a pie than a quiche. Or a pie than like a soup, you know? But if it's like a bread bowl with soup, that's just a bread bowl with soup. That's not a quiche, you know? Leave bed and sleep. Hey, we are playing a game that's like a late night game right here. Oh, one of the Big Ben statues right there. I found it. If soup is a liquid, then chalky milk could be considered soup too. Only if the chalky milk had stuff in it, because people are saying like with soup, it has to have like something in it, you know? And so like chicken noodle soup, or if you have like pea soup. That's what I'm saying, right? Quiche does not have soup in it. That's what I'm saying. Sova's argument is not valid. She's just rage baiting me. Sova's just saying stuff to rage bait instead of to have like a debate. I think I'm eating the wrong quiche. Yeah, we have the American quiche, which is soup. I'm just kidding. There is no such thing as like American quiche soup. Can you imagine though if there was? Not pea. The other one? Not the other one? What? You don't like pea soup? Like green pea? By the way, PEA? Alright, is that what I'm talking about? You nasties. I hope no one thought of the other one, because that would have been crazy. Yeah, I'm talking about like PEA. Hi, Electo! Oh, welcome into our conversation. Hi, Electo! Can we get a shout out for Electo, please? Electo, congratulations again on your new model debut. I love how she looks. She looks so good. But hi, Electo. How you doing? Hey. Welcome to our conversation right now. It's a hot topic. While we play this really cute game, by the way, once again, this game is called Hidden Around the World. It's really fun. I am really enjoying just being able to chat here and look for items with you guys and chat. It's been so cute. And once again, it is on sale for launch week. Oh, yeah. So Silva was trying to argue about how cake is lasagna. And I was like, I don't think so. That's a little off. There's some, things that are not alike in that regard. There's some similarities, but not enough to constitute as like the same category. I want to come in and say hi and to apologize. No, you're fine. I completely get it. As someone that also does RP and has played Minecraft too, right? I completely get how things were. So please don't feel bad about that. No worries at all, Electo. But thank you for coming all the way here to do that. That's very sweet and considerate. And you're fine. You're A-okay, ma'am. I hope you had fun, though. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, we're getting like repeat items. I recognize some of the items from the other maps. Is tiramisu a lasagna then? Oh, see, I think that is more of an argument for a lasagna than lasagna being cake straight up. If you're saying tiramisu, I think tiramisu would be more of like closer to lasagna because of the layers and how it's open. And so in that regard, I would say I could agree to that debate, which is kind of crazy to say, but yeah, I think in that sense, yes. Layered cake, if it's open, like the way that, tiramisu has like the open, I guess you could say open concept, right? It'd be more similar to that than regular cake. Look at the hat, so cute. What do you mean, why are the dumb ideas? See, you guys are trying to rage bait me? Well, get rage baited instead, alright? If it makes sense in my brain, I will agree with it, okay? So yeah, if you try to rage bait me, I can rage bait you back too. You think you can only rage bait the streamer? The streamer can also rage bait too. This combo is very amazing. I think it's just like a food for thought, you know? It's one of those like late night conversations that you'd have with your friends and you're just like, okay guys, how about this? Okay guys, what about this one? And so it's fun to talk about it, you know? I do not agree. There were some things I disagreed with, Silva, when you brought up the cube roll, and so I'm like, I don't think I want to look at it, you know? I don't agree. Like, okay, the number one thing I don't agree about with the cube roll is that a taco being a hot dog. A hot dog and a taco are not the same thing. I don't agree in that sense. I do not agree. That I fully disagree with. Girl, don't look at it. It gave me a headache. But they're not. And you see what I mean? That's why I don't agree with it. A hot dog is not a taco because a hot dog has a bun and a taco has either a shell or like a soft shell. Okay? And so they are not the same. It would not be the same. And then the sandwich is different too, because in order for it to be a sandwich, right, it has to have a very specific type of bun, right? Or not a bun, it has to have a specific type of casing, because a bun, right, the buns are for the hot dogs. And then there's a specific type of bun for a burger bun, right? And then a taco is not a taco because don't use buns. Or a taco is a taco and not a sandwich because you're not using buns. I'm mixing it up, guys. They're all intertwining. I'm getting confused. My brain. Based. Yeah, Bunsy. Yeah. Based. Yeah. Wouldn't a hot dog specifically be a sub instead of a sandwich? Yes, see, I would agree with a hot dog being more similar to like a sub, right? That makes sense because they have a similar shape, you know? They both have like the bread usually connected, right? And they have the same shape, and then you put stuff inside of it too. And so I would concur more with the sub being like a hot dog. But a taco? That's going too far. That's going too far to call it a taco? Heck no. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking based off of the cube roll, it's going to go into like geometry. And they're going to be like, according to cube science, if the shape is the same, then it's going to be the same food item. And I'm like, I don't think so. It's a bit more detailed than that, you know? A sub is not a taco. A sub is not a taco. Yeah, you guys can have your math theory, but I have my food theory. Okay. A hot dog's a sandwich. I think in the umbrella sense, a hot dog could be a sandwich. Yes. But that's like the overarching umbrella term. Because then at that point, right, it's like a hot dog, a burger. Those can all be considered like a sandwich. You know, it's an overarching theme. Zenny, thank you so much for popping on in. I like your VTuber. Thank you. Yeah. I think like, because people think about sandwiches, I think more generically. Because there's different types of sandwiches, right? And so it's really hard to be like, oh no, a sandwich. Because when I think of a sandwich, just by default, I think of like the 2 square toast parts. And then you have like a cheese, you have a lettuce, you have tomatoes, you have like ham or some sort of meat of your choice. And then that's like the American sandwich, you know? And so I don't know if it's the same for other sandwiches. Okay, we are now looking for a telescope and a birdhouse. Just 2 more items left. Not bad. With all the yapping that I'm doing. Hi, Prideful Butcher, welcome in. But like a sub, right? Or like a hoagie, right? That bread's different from like the other subs that you see. Or sandwiches that you see. What about Japanese strawberry sandwiches? Yeah, see, like a sandwich can be sweet too. It's like we talked about with the pizzas, right? You can have like a dessert pizza. You can have a dessert sandwich. And so for like the fruit sandal, right? Where you have like strawberries and cream, or if you have like cream and grapes, or just like straight up cream or egg sandwiches, right? Those are a sandwich because usually you see them with like I like to call it the shortbread. But you don't really see stuff like that for other sandwiches, like for subs, you know? Pocky and you on the same stage. But yeah, I see you and Pocky on the same stage with your cube theory. Look, chef! A chef! They're trying to tell us that one of us is a real chef. Yeah, there's a lot. But the coffee one was pretty good though. Oh my god, I forgot. I didn't drink my coffee. I completely forgot about that, guys. I got so sucked into our conversation that I almost forgot to drink my coffee. I even took the lactate ahead of time. Not good. But yeah, if you like think about it, right? It's like if you try to argue for like back to the tea thing, right? Like the tea thing. People, I forget what they said in Avatar. They called it hot leaf water. But yeah, that one definitely checks out for the broth, which I think is like one of the biggest hot takes today out of all the ones that we talked about. Calling tea broth out of context is kind of crazy. You're like, yeah, I like my broth. And they're like, well, what kind of broth do you like? And you're like, I like the tea broth. And they're like, tea? But at the same time, though, tea is used as well in like savory dishes. I don't know if you guys know that, but there are some rice dishes out there where you actually pour tea into it. And it's really good. It's like a mixture of like rice. Sometimes there's like fish in there. Yeah, ochazuke, exactly. And there's other ones too, but yeah. So it being like a broth is actually not that crazy. Rice tea soup. Yeah, at that point, right, the tea goes from being like the broth and it becomes a soup. So ochazuke would be a soup, right? And then the tea is the broth. And so that argument I could make for tea being broth not being so wild. But see what I mean, Silva? That's soup. But a salad cannot be a soup. That would just be vegetable soup if you had a liquid with the salad. Do I do it, guys? Do I open up the web page? I'm kind of scared. I really, if I open up the Cube website, it's gonna get a little crazy. I'm kind of scared. Math scares me. I'm just kidding. Okay, I joke about it a lot, right? Like about how like, I was bad at math, but I don't think I was horrible at math. I was okay at math, but math was just like not my best subject. Once I involved like, you know, graphing and all that jazz. It is math though. It's geometry. It's cubes. It's talking about shapes. That's math right there still, ma'am. That's still math. And then there's food science. Oh my god, I remember some friends that were in food science and they had to know so much math and formulas, actually. Because there's a lot of math that goes into food. Like, all jokes aside. Especially for baking. Baking is such a like meticulous process. You need to have like accurate measurements. If you have like just like slightly off in terms of like sugar, for example, that can throw the whole entire, you know, that can compromise the texture of the cake or the dessert that they're making. So there is a lot of math involved when it comes to cooking. Yes, baking is a science. Yeah. What? Okay, ochazuke is not a nacho because once again, there is broth involved, okay? Nachos do not have any liquid with it. It would not be a nacho. It would not. Nachos are by themselves. They are, once again, the state of matter where it is just a solid. Cheese is not a liquid. No, it's not. Cheese can become a liquid, but that it's like, it's not liquid in the sense of like a soup liquid. That's like a condiment. Okay, I would compare the liquid cheese and liquid salsa to condiments. Okay, we can talk about condiments. In order for it to be a liquid that makes it a soup, it has to be like fully encasing the items that you're putting into the soup. You know what I mean? Like if it was like a bowl of like liquid cheese and then you put all of the ingredients of nachos into it, and then you can like slurp up the cheese, then I think that would be a soup. But if you can't slurp the cheese up with the other, you know, items, the ingredients, I don't think it would be a soup. I think that's just liquid condiments. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be like the majority. It would have to be like, think of cereal, replace the cereal's milk with cheese, and then it would have to stay liquid the entire time for it to be a soup with nachos. But at that point, it's not even nachos anymore. It's not nachos. At that point, that's just a soup. You didn't say! You said it's a liquid when we were talking about the soup. If it was mostly liquid, it would be a soup. But if it's just a small part, then it's not a soup. Exactly. Exactly. A soup is a nacho because starch is inside. No, but it doesn't work though. Because in order for the nacho to be a soup, that's why I'm arguing about the cheese. Because you brought the cheese in this incident, right? A soup cannot be a nacho because there is no liquid for the nacho to be a soup. And it has to be reversible. I think in the case for it to work out for each other, it has to be reversible in this sense. Because if it's one way, it does not work. I don't think it works that way. Ochazuke. Well, yeah, if it's ochazuke, you know, the broth is the tea, right? And the tea envelops the entirety of the rice. Technically, there's a cheese soup. Yes, yes, there is a cheese soup in French cuisine, and oh my god, it's so good. I've had it once, and then I've also had like broccoli cheddar soup. Oh, broccoli cheddar soup is so good. I heard that Panera is something that's not over in the UK, which I was a little sad about. I didn't know, by the way. I didn't know the UK had stuff like McDonald's and Burger King and all those other chains that you hear in America, right? And so I was like, dang, one of the only ones they don't have is like Panera. But I love broccoli cheddar soup. Broccoli cheddar soup is so good. I don't know how. They just maintain the soupy cheese. But I have made it before. And so I think in order for the cheese to be liquidy, it's majority broth, right? It's majority of the soup. And then the cheese is like mixed in to the point where it's creamy. So it's like clam chowder consistency. Cheese can be a soup. Yes, cheese can be a soup if it's intended to be a soup. But if it's like on nachos, it would not be a soup. I love the broccoli and cheddar. That's what I was thinking of Panera, because I was like, God, broccoli and cheddar soup from Panera is so good. Yes, yes. So good, guys. I think I'm hungry. I'm talking about food so much. I think I'm hungry, guys. I think I'm gonna have to call it after this map. Or maybe just like after the items are found. If anything, you know, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much. And so I'll find the items. And then later on, you guys can go back and you guys can like do the pictures or look for the fairies. But yeah, I'm a little hungry, guys. I think we've talked so much about food that my brain now is like focused on food. I just need to find the birdhouse and the telescope, and then we're golden. Oh, I highly recommend making potato soup one day. I have made potato soup. So you know how like there's the curry cubes that people have if you buy the curry cubes from the Japanese markets or Asian markets, right? There's like a cream cube that you can buy in order to toss that into your soup that you're making. And then what you can do is you can also mix in your potatoes in it. And so I've made some like cheesy potato soup with that cream cube. And it's so good. I love cream soups. Cream soups are just so tasty. Yeah. I got mine off of Amazon. For the Japanese ones though, they are a little bit sweeter. And so in order to counter that, I just put in like a bunch of salt and pepper. But yeah, it tends to be on the sweeter side. So if you're not a fan of that, you can just always counter it. Like I said, like I did. But yeah, Cian! Yeah, cream stew is so good. It's amazing. But yeah, I usually see them in terms of like the curry cubes in the markets, but I've never seen the cream ones. Here, let me pull it up for you guys in case you guys want to use the one that I used. But yeah, I just got it off Amazon, and it's really easy and simple if you don't want to go through like the whole process of making the cream yourself, because it can be a lot. And same thing with curry, right? So sometimes we're like a little bit lazy, and so I think it's perfectly fine if you just want to go with something to make it a little bit more simple, you know? The one that I used, this was from last year because I made it during like the winter seasons. This one, I used this one right here. Same thing too with the curry packets. It comes with I think like 8 servings, it says. But yeah, this is the one that I used. Good night, Bio. Thank you for stopping by today. I hope you have fun with our conversation. Telescope! Yeah, come get some good nights in chat, please, for Bio. Thanks, Bio. Thank you. Hi, Bella. Welcome in. Yes, making the cream stew is very easy, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you get a little lazy. Sometimes I just want to pop it in, you know? I'm just like, it's okay. I'll just do this. Same thing too with the curry, because curry you can also make from scratch, but sometimes it's just easier just to toss it in, you know? Oh, you find it at 99 Ranch? I think that's more of like a Texas thing. I don't really see, or I haven't really seen 99 Ranch outside of Texas. But I remember though, when I was in Texas and then I saw the 99 Ranch, I was like, this place is amazing. I wish they had that more in the States. Hi, Omi! Welcome in! We're talking about food. Perfect timing. If you guys don't know Omi, that's Omi. aka Officer Omi from District V, if you guys remember me partnering up with him. But yeah, he's a really good chef. He cooks a lot. He made some chicken parm last night on stream. And so if you guys want to see his cooking streams, go check him out. Hi Omi, how you doing? Welcome. I'm glad that you just popped in, because if you heard what we were talking about earlier, I think you would not let me live it down. We were talking about some crazy food hot takes, you know? Yeah. We were talking about how tea is a broth. We were talking about how tiramisu is lasagna, technically. People were arguing about how sushi is a burrito, but then they countered that it's not. It's like those conversations where they're like, oh yeah, is cereal a soup? Yeah, it's those type of conversations. Would you agree with the cube rule? Oh yeah, Omi, let me know. Do you agree with the cube rule? Because Chad's trying to tell me that the cube rule is correct, and they're trying to say stuff like hot dog is a taco. But I do not agree with it. I'm like, no, hot dog is not a taco. I don't think so. I don't agree with the cube rule. By the way, if you guys see the birdhouse, feel free to yell at me, okay? Yeah, Omi's really good at cooking. He's a chef. Like, if you want actual cooking advice, I recommend going to him. If you don't want like this goofy type of conversation, you can actually talk about like how to cook stuff, or like how to, you know, prep for ingredients. Although, I'm gonna expose Omi here a little bit. Last night I was lurking, and he was making like the tomato soup sauce for the chicken parm, and he was talking about how there's a special way to mash up the tomatoes, like how, you know, the grandmas do, Italian grandmas do. And the next second, I saw him put his hands into the tomato sauce that was just cooking. And it's like burning his fingers. Omi, I was like, what are you doing? And at first he was like, oh yeah, it's not that hot. And then every time he kept touching it, he's like, ow. I don't even know if he like turned off the burner, but yeah, he was like mashing up the tomatoes with his hands in the hot sauce. It's the Italian grandma method. Oh no. It was like hot. Like he was going out, and then he stopped. He was like, yeah, guys, I think I'm done. I think I'm done doing this. But yeah, Omi's a rage baiter. If you want to talk about rage bait, Omi's a rage baiter. He rage baits me all the time. Yeah, he's gonna try to deny, and he's gonna be like, no, Elva's the rage baiter. But yeah, he's the rage baiter. Okay. Elva's just gonna lie. You lied on stream, okay? You're the one that would lie on stream, all right? Just you wait, Omi. Just you wait, okay? I'll call you out. Next time you do this, I'll call you out. Dude, is your hands okay? It's true though. It is honestly true. For some people that are used to cooking, they do develop like calluses on their hands. And so, you know, it's like when you talk about like the secret hidden power you don't realize you unlock until you start cooking. And at some point you realize you can touch things like directly on the pan. And you're like, oh my God, I've unlocked a secret power that my mom has, where she can just directly touch stuff and flip it on the pan without having to use a spatula, right? It's called Chef What? What do you mean Chef Asbestos hands? What does that even mean? Huh? Omi, do I even want to search this up? The calluses add extra flavor. I don't know about that. Asbestos is an insulator, but chef hands? Is that why? Is that really what they call it? I thought it was just like an Omi term. I don't know. I thought Omi just said that. Oh, Strom. Hi, Strom, by the way. Welcome on the YouTube side. Strom was the one that said the calluses add extra flavor. But okay, guys. I think I am getting pretty hungry. And so I think this is a good point to call it. So I didn't find all the fairies. I wasn't able to get all the pictures. But I did find all the objects for this map, but that just means that if you guys are going to play the game yourselves, you guys can do the rest and not be spoiled. But yeah, that is where I will call it for Hidden Around the World. And once again, the game is out currently for the launch week, which means there is a discount for launch week. And once again, a huge thank you to the owner or the creator as well as Ogre Pixel for gifting me a key for today to play on stream. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, it's available on Steam, it's available on Mac, and it's available on PC and Switch. So go check it out, okay? Thank you guys. Thank you, Yetzi. Thank you everybody for the fun chats. I really enjoyed all the hot takes and the rage baiting. It was fun. But yes, I'll be back in tomorrow. And tonight I'll post my schedule, okay? So tomorrow, actually, tomorrow I'm not entirely sure just yet. I think tomorrow's like my free day. Thursday, we have a collab. And then Friday, I actually have an event happening. So I might take off tomorrow, actually, if I decide to tonight, since I am streaming on Friday again. So yeah, but I'll let you guys know once again on my schedule. But yeah, I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. If not, I'll let you know on the schedule. But thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. Let me hop on over into the scene over here so we can call it for tonight. Oh, wrong scene. That one's from my old ending scene. There we go. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun today. Today was like a nice, you know, shorter stream where we got to have a nice comfy time together. We got to play a cozy game. We got to have some really nice chats together. And I feel like that was really needed after all the collabs I've been doing recently. So I hope you guys had fun. But yes, okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going... Wait, House Flipper was free? I missed it! No! I've always wanted to play House Flipper. Oh, man. It's okay. It's okay. One day. I don't hate you guys. I am ending Sky. Yeah, I'm going to be ending now because I am a little hungry. And I've been here for about like 4 hours-ish. And so I think it's a good point to call it for today. Today was like a nice, shorter stream. Still long, but not like the typical like 6-hour streams. But yeah, I'll call it here. I'm going to get some food. And then I'll post out the schedule. And then we'll come back again, like I said, either tomorrow or Thursday for the collab. But this Thursday, I'm going to be collabing with some friends. And it's going to be a really exciting collab. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But yeah, let's see who we can send you guys over to tonight before I head off. Go eat. I'll watch VOD while I eat. Thank you, Scott. I think you'll enjoy the VOD. We talked about lasagna being tiramisu as one of the conversations. So... there's a lot of interesting talks that we had during the towards like the end of stream. Hi, Scott Pilgrim. Sorry. Yeah, I'll be heading out now, but I'll probably be on Lodestar after I eat, probably here and there. But I also have some things I need to care of. I have some deadlines I need to reach, and so I have a lot of offline work too. Hence why I need to head off a bit earlier. So offline work that I'll be doing. But yeah, I will. You might see me on Lodestar tonight if I have time, but. Yeah, I'm going to be doing offline work, posting my schedule. Oh yeah, my taxes I've done. I already finished it like way back when. I finished it before April began because I was just like, yeah, I wanted to finish it before March began. But yeah, once again, reminder, if you guys don't know, taxes are due next week. So yeah, if you haven't done them yet, this is your reminder to do your taxes. Due next week, okay? Oh, okay. I have some people I can send you guys over. Oh my god, Fred is playing Super Auto Pets? What the heck? Okay. Alright. I haven't seen someone play Super Auto Pets in a little bit. Who else is online right now? But yeah, we sent you guys over to Frayed not too long ago. Wait, speaking of taxes, Hazumi is currently doing her taxes. Let's keep her company. And then if you guys need to do taxes as well, let's go ahead and keep her company too and work on taxes together. But yeah, she's doing a co-working stream. Hazumi's so cool. I really appreciate her, and she's such a joy to be around. I love her energy. And so yeah, if you guys want to have like a nice co-working stream, you know, fits with the comfy vibes that we had today, you guys can go check out Hazumi, okay? But yeah, she's currently doing co-working taxes. So yeah, let's raid over to her. Yeah, my links are right here in case you guys want to check me out. I do stream for the most part every day except for Mondays and Fridays at 3 p.m. ET, 12 p.m. PT. But, like I said, schedule is tentative because schedules do change based off collabs that we've been setting up recently, which is really fun. I've been having a lot of fun with collabs with friends. So I hope you guys look forward to them too. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Let me go ahead and say goodbye to y'all. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the follows, the subs, gift subs, the resubs, the bits, the raids. And most importantly, thank you so much for your time. And as always, don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to stand up and walk around if you've been sitting down all day. And most importantly, don't forget to be kind to others. And especially, please, be kind to yourselves. Oh, you saw the clip of her being rejected? Yeah, she actually trended recently for going into a Dunkin' Donuts and asking for a Boston cream, but not exactly a Boston cream. I won't say any more, but you might know her from that as well. But okay, guys, I'll see you guys again in the next one, okay? Bye, everyone. Good night. Matane. Thank you so much, everyone, for today. I hope you had fun as well. Bye-bye.